my second level spells, because there's only like
I forgot to level up because I'm dumb.
oh, you should do that.
I should do that.
I feel like enhanceability is just a good thing that I should be using.
It is a very good ability.
But it's a concentration. So like, I used it earlier when we were doing the arm wrestling thing to give advantage.
Mhm.
The only thing is, with my animal totems, because I took Shepherd for Druid, the bear totem pretty much does the same thing without concentration to all the allies in that like radius.
What do I get at 7?
I'm trying to think. Currently, my level 2 spells, I have Aid, Blur, and Lesser Restoration.
So all I get is
Aid is excellent because it stacks on top of all the temp HP stuff.
Yeah.
What an easy level to not do on time. The only thing I get is 1/4 level spell. 7 check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the bear spirit that I post in there is basically enhanceability bear aspect.
Reset spell. I assume we're fully rested, right?
Yes. Oh, the
my
gains
sorcerer.
2d4 temporary hit point or 2d6 temporary hit points.
I mean, it's less hit points because my druid level's shittier, but like, in terms of like advantage on strength checks, strength saving throws, it's essentially the same. I
Yeah,
mean,
bolt strength.
the trade-off is that you don't have to burn the concentration for it, which I think is better.
Actually, wait. How does concentration work in 5e? Because I realized I have not done anything with that.
Concentration, you can hold one concentrated spell at a time unless you're one very specific special kind of wizard.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, if you take damage, you have to roll a con save. With your Constitution modifier, etc. If it's pertinent. Or half damage, whichever is higher. So if you take 17 damage, you're gonna roll a con DC 10 because otherwise half the damage you take rounded down is 8, which is lower DC versus just a flat 10. But if you take like 25 damage, then you would be rolling a DC 12 con save. And if you fail, you lose the spell. So don't fail.
And for concentration, is that affected by, or is that affected by any of your stats for like giving addition to your saving
So
throw?
under saving throws, if you're proficient in there, you get that proficiency bonus for it.
So if you're proficient in spells?
No, if you're proficient under the saving throws block.
Oh, I see.
I don't know what Artificer has in terms of saving throws. Like I have Wisdom and Charisma saving throws that I'm proficient in. But like say if you're a fighter or a barbarian,
Con
if you're
and
both of them-
intelligence, let's go.
All right, great. So you have like +7 to your damn roll.
I'm the best.
Proficient in STDs.
Congrats.
How did you know we were talking about STDs like 5 minutes ago?
Annette was talking about dogs getting the clap or something.
Sounds about right.
But yes, I guess that is a thing.
I guess I wouldn't know offhand. I don't know what you're talking about.
I looked it up on Google. Dogs, in
Hmm.
fact, can be carriers of venereal diseases pertinent to canines, but
I feel like this is
technically
also pertinent to the conversation we had at the cookout where several of our spouses and significant others let dogs lick the insides of their mouth.
Oh yeah.
When the hell was that conversation
Oh,
happening?
you
'Cause
weren't
that
there
was,
for that one?
I don't remember that at all.
You were there. You were standing right there.
I don't remember that conversation.
You had too
Yep.
much drink.
I'm pretty sure I would
needs
remember
to
that
rinse out
conversation.
every time she plays with the dog, because ugh.
Huh.
Carry some damn Listerine with you.
All right. Well, now that my Scotch buddy's here, I'm getting my Scotch.
I have my Scotch poured. It's sitting next to me.
Ooh, I gotta
Also,
get my cup.
I'm very glad I can actually hear Chris now. It makes me happy.
I was just gonna ask, is this
Yeah, you're back to being crystal clear. So
excellent?
I turn your volume down a little bit because I turned you up from when it was your other mic.
Because Timmy is trapped down the well.
Um,
You need me to talk? Is this better? So that way,
No, you're
you know
you're
how.
good from before.
No,
I
no.
had you.
Mm. You still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
still here.
All right, there we go. I don't know
So I
if it,
think come like since we're almost down to Cyber Monday, I think I'm gonna go pick up like one of the nicer Corsair headsets because it seems like this is a thing we're gonna do on the reg now. So it's probably worth getting a nicer head.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
my work is ordering us all wireless noise canceling Corsair headsets. Somehow the senior phone help desk tech had convinced our manager that we all need them.
I mean,
No,
they are comfortable. The material is actually like pretty solid.
Yeah.
is it?
We're not
Also,
getting paid by Corsair for this advertisement.
also my boss wants to get rid of cubicles and go to like an open format, so he wants to get noise canceling headphones so that people can continue to talk on the phone without bothering each other.
Open offices are cancer. That's a terrible idea.
True.
Because what happens if you have an open office is people start building forts with folders and shit. So
Wait, I'm
it
sorry.
just
No.
I think that's what you start doing.
I was with you. You had him in the first half.
you
Not so
start
much now.
conveniently piling up papers around one side to avoid talking to people. It happens all the time.
If we actually had, most of our work is like collaborative, so we always have to just walk around anyway, like 100 times a day. So if it
I
wasn't, then I
will
would agree with you.
actively Skype message someone 2 desks down and have to physically talk to them.
Yeah, that's
I,
not viable where I work.
I am really liking my new advantage on initiative ability.
Oh yeah, so Chris, Will told me that you might be accidentally cheating.
How?
One of your things that you have only applies to your first attack every round, and not all of them.
Reckless?
I
Because
think
Reckless applies to any time I want to use it.
I can't remember which one it was. We were discussing just how broken your character is and how much he hates you. And then that's when I also picked up polymorph this round, so someone's becoming a Tyrannosaurus
That's fucking awesome.
because they have
yeah, doesn't polymorph also like lower your intellect score, so you become kind of retarded?
no. You still maintain your free will as long as it's. I think it's if it's on an ally, you still regain your retain
All
your
right.
free will.
So
Also,
he
you're a
is
dinosaur.
he is probably right. No, I'm sorry. Will is probably right.
I know exactly what you meant, which is why it's funny.
I just
because
pulled
first-
my book. When you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly.
Yes, sir.
So that does not apply to my second attack. So yes,
Or
that's
your potential third
using it
attack from
wrong.
haste.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Yeah,
And his
All right.
potential fourth attack from Great Weapon Master. He's just gonna throw a
exactly.
shitload of attacks. Well, because I was wondering why like his reckless attack basically negated my need to fairy fire anyone ever.
Right.
All right, so we'll fix that this game. Sorry, Will.
Don't apologize. He should have caught it. He's the DM.
So I'm reading the wording on polymorph and it says the target's game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by statistics of the chosen beast. It retains its alignment and personality. So you don't become like neutral evil or I'm sorry, chaotic evil,
Right.
but like you
You won't.
can have an intellect of 4.
Right. I mean, you won't be able to like talk or communicate, but you won't just be like look at your allies and attack them because they are food and you are a carnivore.
But what if, because you're a beast now, what if the enemy has a way to charm beasts?
Yeah, then you're fucked.
I think
Are we? Don't tell Will what you're doing.
Yeah. Yes. Do not tell Will.
Also,
So
you're gonna make someone into a sexual
Great
dinosaur.
Weapon Master, you think is going to be the better way to go rather than the ASI?
What's your strength at now? Because I forgot to ask you because I was
18.
doing a bunch of shit. No, cap strength.
You want me to cap strength and then hope that I get the manual of exercise?
I mean, just in general, because the stuff he's been throwing at us has pretty high AC.
Mhm.
So the strength is going to give you another +1 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, I could essentially pick up a +2 weapon, increase my strength a different way, but I will have no way of increasing my AC other than to increase my con or dex.
I mean, I could just give you Shield of Faith. It's not that hard.
All right. I don't like the 16 AC. I mean, I've got the hit points. I'm at 85 now.
It's literally not that bad, dude.
You're also not meant to be a dodge tank. You're meant to be
Yeah,
a
take the damage.
giant damage sponge. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why that's why you take half damage on pretty much everything.
All right, then. ASI or Great Weapon Master?
Just
ASI.
flip for it. Quit being a bitch, just flip for it.
All right, well, it's next level, so I got time.
Yeah, I think level 8's going to be a pretty big deal for all of us.
Yeah.
Except me, because I did multi-class.
Right.
Hello. Wow,
Hello.
actually, 8 seems to not be that great.
Really?
Yeah, 9 will be pretty.
You don't get a
8,
feature or anything?
I just get another ability score.
What level are we
Yeah,
now?
9 will be nice
7.
for me.
7, yeah.
We are 7.
Because 9 gets me my druid ASI, so I can actually.
While we're waiting on Will, I'm
pull
going to get some
wisdom
water.
up a little bit.
Ooh, but I do wait. 5 infusions, no. But still only 3 infusions.
Hmm.
Not until 11.
Let's see.
Hello.
Hello.
Nope.
Yeah, so I need 2 more levels before like my druid's actually like useful. Like next level gets me rank 2 slots, so I guess I could just heat metal everybody, but that's really.
Thank you.
Hello, Annette.
Oh.
That's not a net.
No.
Yeah, he says hi, but he doesn't know who you are.
I stayed
said,
silent because I thought
yay?
it was Annette.
That
Yay.
sounded like.
Hello, yay.
I don't know who that is.
That is Sarah, my girlfriend.
Hi,
Oh,
Sarah.
Hello, Sarah.
They say hi now. I'm not lying.
It turns out he was using a voice modulator this entire time and just lying to us. He just can't bring it back up.
Ooh, 9th level. Brutal critical. I get to add another extra dice to my crit damage.
Is it barbarians that get the ability to crit on a 19? Or is that fighters?
No, that's fighters.
And an 18.
That's such
So
a fucking broken ability.
My racial gave me an extra dice to the crit already, and then at 9th level I get another dice to add. So right now I'm currently rolling 5d6. I would be rolling 6d6 on a crit.
God.
Yes. And then at 13th level, brutal critical again, add 2 dice. And at 17th, another brutal critical again. You don't want me to crit is basically it.
Yo, when did
I mean,
Roll20
I want you
start
to
giving
crit.
ads? What is this shit?
Oh, plus then my rage damage, because if I'm raging, those level up. So at 9th, 9th I get an extra point of rage damage.
You can't tell, but Chris's pants are off right now.
We can tell. Yeah.
No.
He
They're
didn't
not.
say which Chris.
I just like how he said that. I like how he said that like so disappointedly too. We can tell.
Chris
Also-
O'Connell, your mic sounds like 10,000 times better than it has in the past. It's almost like you're using your actual mic instead of your laptop mic.
I think so.
You're welcome.
So you guys completely cut out again. I didn't hear anything.
Uh-oh.
Fuck you! I'm not coming to your house.
What?
I
Why
was just
not?
saying. I was just saying that you sound better too, and then
I
that.
like the nightlife. I
work.
like the boogie.
Okay.
All right, is everyone ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
All right. So Chris Barmundi, what happened? I guess last week.
Shit.
Um,
Paper. Yeah.
all right. So how do I make Discord stop cutting out?
What do you mean by
So
cutting out?
just now, you guys disappeared completely. Like we're
I
not
heard
there.
the same thing for what it's worth. As
Oh,
in, I
okay.
didn't hear anything, so it's
Oh,
not
wow.
just you.
Oh, good.
You try something.
Maybe it's me because Ye had
I
before.
just re-authenticated. Like I just got booted.
Yeah, because I changed the server that we were connected to. I changed it to US Central instead of US East. Might have been a server issue.
Oh,
Fancy.
Is it any
Can
better
everyone
for you?
hear me? Can everyone hear me? Because before Ye could not hear me.
I can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Can you
Okay.
hear me? Look at new and improved me.
I can hear you. Yay, can you hear?
My ping went up 100 milliseconds.
Okay, I don't think that matters in your voice. Can you hear? Can you hear Will talk?
I can hear everyone.
Okay.
All right, let's try this again. So here's a question to Chris O'Connell and Chris Ramondi. Were you hearing me before when I was talking?
Not at all.
This is the first time that I've heard you.
This is the first thing I've
That's
heard.
so weird. Okay, apparently I'm just a ghost tonight. That's fine. So let's start again. Chris O'Connell, your mic sounds great.
Thank you. You sound great too.
Chris, Chris Barmundi, can you do a recap for what happened last week?
Oh, I sure can. So to set the scene, we started. No, okay. So we started fighting the statue that we made come to life in front of the thingy thing, and we beat the shit out of it, even though we were all dying. We went down the stairs. Well, we followed Raven down the stairs, kind of. He was collapsed at the end. We had to fight a big vine thing that was had captured. Well, not captured, but I guess it was more like an experiment of Scribblenaught. I wrote down a lot of stuff. I'm sorry. Purchase devices. So yeah, we had to fight him. There was also scientists, but we immediately brained him, and everyone. Well, Ezekiel was
person
very
brained
sad.
him.
Yeah. Was very sad because his
Stop.
plot is over now.
Stop picking at me.
Or Erkin, sorry.
He's
Yeah.
he's never gonna get his signature weapon now. It's just that subplot died immediately.
Womp womp. Yeah, so we freed Scribblenaught, and he was pretty beat up, but it seems like he'll be okay. Raven started a fire in the basement, and we all had to escape. We got we ran back to our underground hideout. Once again, thanks to the grandfather clock, which I'm sure will never counted on. This being such an integral part of our journey.
No, I totally planned that when I put it as flavor in one of the rooms.
But then Erkin did give the clock to TikTok, and it is you described it as the happiest he will ever be in his life. So that's nice. We did all heal our disease. We learned a little bit more about Lynx and the Raven. Lynx is actually the leader of the rebellion, and she's kind of the only one who knows all the various disparate cells. She's also just like really young, so it's very weird. And Barley knew her for like a really long time, which makes it even weirder. But nonetheless,
I don't know what you guys are implying about Barley, but I don't appreciate it. He is a kind soul.
God damn.
God damn, yeah.
Lube.
There were some close calls with some search parties. Cured our disease. We had more conversations with Barley. We met our new friend, a halfling with an enormous hat named Pierre Beauregard Devereaux. And
I had crepes for dinner. I did.
My
actually very
friends.
in honor of Pierre, I assume. Yeah.
As many times as Will was telling us that he kept messing up the order of the name, I'm glad that you got it right, like right off the bat.
Yeah, I realized re-listening to thing that I had kept switching up Beauregard and Devereaux, but
Whatever.
I feel like it doesn't matter. It's all good. Like
It's all the same.
it's all good.
it just adds to his character that even he doesn't know who
What
he truly is.
That
what
is
is
how
his real
eccentric
story?
he is.
Let's see. Learn about more about links. Interestingly, Nostra did detect that there was some magical energy around Barley that was possibly causing him to not really understand when and where he met the Lynx, because he was a little bit fuzzy about exactly like when he met her.
Still
Doop-a-doo.
not sure that's how detect magic works, but okay.
Uh, it seems fairly accurate. It basically just
It's
says
close
like, yeah,
Too late
yeah,
now.
yeah.
enough.
Too late now. We know everything.
Horse is out of the gate.
Yeah, so we walked around the city with Pierre as our guide. He told us a little bit about his hometown of Halfling Downs, which is way west of Lockport. Not a lot of people travel out there, so it's a little unusual that he's here. But his king supposedly sent him out there in order to take out Prince Balefire for various reasons. I mean, he also kind of made it sound like he chose it on his own, but yeah, God only knows with Pierre. Oh, we also meet our good friend Tony Ravioli, who is our consort into the world of the black market and selling her items without being caught by the guards. They do take a cut, but we got it down from the 30% that it was down to, I forget what we said,
No, it started
50%.
at 50.
I started at 50, we
started
got
at
it to
50.
35.
Oh, it started
Yeah.
at 50, we got it down to 30. There we
Yeah.
go.
Hope you
Okay.
guys feel great about that decision.
I
That
remember
won't come bite us in the
2%.
ass at all.
We have literally 0 gold right now, so
Yeah, they already took our gold for the resistance. I think it's
anyway, so there were a few paths we could have taken. There was an alchemist who lived in the inner city who was extremely wealthy, and we could have gone and tried to like knock him over by posing as servants. But as we were kind of mulling over that, there was a giant group of horses that pounded out through the castle and up north, where apparently some dwarves are making trouble for the prince. And we noticed that our good friend Dell was leading them, and we decided to follow. Also, there's a giant dragon, you know, the one that we didn't fight.
Yes. Yes.
Also, by the way, in case anyone missed this,
There's also a thing with fur blogs, but
Fuck the fur
Oh
dogs. Nobody
yeah,
cares about the
yeah,
fur
yeah.
dogs.
That
only
comes
A cared
after
about that
we
though.
kill some dwarves or
Oh, no, save the
or
dwarves, not kill
recruit
them.
them. We're going to have to
Yeah.
kill some of them to recruit the other ones.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
how do you know this? Why do you think that's the case?
That's logical. That's how recruitment works. You have to kill a few to get them to your side.
Anyway, we decided to recruit to attempt to help the dwarves to get them to join the resistance so that we could then save the furbolg so that they can then help us, I guess, fight the dragon. I don't know what the exact order of events is going to be here, but nonetheless, the
We'll
last
find
thing we
out
did.
tonight on
Yeah,
D&D.
exactly. So yeah, anyway, Pierre decided that he's gonna, well, we invited him, I guess, maybe to come with us, and so he's gonna come with us to the north, and we headed back. The last thing we did was head back to the Cinnamon Cider to let the Raven know of our plans, and that's where we are now.
That was a great recap. Thank you, Chris. That
Of
was
course.
great note taking. So yeah, that's where we'll jump back in. So you guys will say that you are returned to the Cinnamon Cider, and that's kind of where we'll jump back in. So you can let the Raven know of your plan or whatever else you want to do. We'll say that your journey with Pierre around the city took most of the day, so it's approaching like evening fall at this point. And I will hand it over to you guys.
So we have walked back into the inn, is my understanding, or
Yeah,
tavern
so
rather.
so you can see that Barley's in the tap room. And there's one or two random folk milling about.
So I walk over to the tavern, plop down on a stool, and I ask, "Hey, Barley, tell me about these dwarves up north. What do you know about?"
Well, goddamn, the dwarves left the city a long time ago. They were one of the hardest hit when Bellfire took control. So old Brugger, he took his bunch back up north
See
to
him
the
with
old
bagels.
volcano. Hey, I don't believe he has any bagels. Meanwhile, Barley is mixing milk and cinnamon cider for you.
Excellent.
He hands it over to you.
I accept
Yeah,
it
that.
graciously.
Brugger brought his people back up to the old dwarf ruins up there to kind of hold out. So, they Bellfire for the most part just ignored him, but lately they've been causing some trouble, I guess, for him up there. I know Raven's been trying to get him back down to the city for a long time to join the resistance. So, but that Brugger, he's gonna do what he does.
Are they warriors or are they just refugees?
I mean, some of them were warriors, but I mean, he took most of the dwarves out of the city. So you got your fair share of refugees mixed in there too. A lot of the dwarves died when Bellfire first took control because they wouldn't go quietly.
I'm gonna
As I would expect them not to.
I'm gonna look over to Norris and just tell him, like, look, we don't necessarily need the dwarves themselves. Dwarves can make weapons that we can arm the resistance with.
Little half men.
We still
Even
need
if
to save them.
even if they're
Dead
not all
dwarves make
fighters.
nothing.
Why am I in charge all of a sudden?
Let's change the entire plot now that Will's already done all the content for the northern volcano section.
It's in the northern volcano. God damn
But
it.
there's this group of furbogs down in the south.
We
I
can't.
wouldn't put anything past you guys.
It's like, joke's on you. I only really cared about the furbugs.
And
I
there's
was
this
just testing you all.
and there's this
But
damn alchemist that has a lot of money.
Yo, and
We
a lot of
definitely can't do
supplies.
that yet. We need to
dwarves
level
have
it.
treasure usually,
Yo,
That's true. Dwarves do
Dwarves?
have treasure.
just have, well, unless they're a dragon stole it all.
and
But
the damn fur box.
I changed roll 20 for you guys to match.
I saw. That's awesome.
Let my people go.
Listen, no, we should. There's many of an army to fight, and I would like to fight. So, towards the dwarves is fine. I don't care about groves and furbogs. Little sleepy man over here.
little
So,
sleepy man over
Is it just
Weird.
what's his name that's here right now?
Barley's the only one in the tap. I mean, you can hear the sound of like his wife in the kitchen, but there's no one else in the tap room itself.
So, Barley, I know you took all of our money when we were, okay.
I didn't take your money.
Okay, I know all of our money was donated to the resistance.
That's a charitable donation, son. You put that on your taxes.
But are we not part of the resistance now? And I think we might need some supplies before we head up to liberate these dwarves.
For instance, I am famished.
You're damn well gonna need some supplies. You should talk to the Raven. He gestures down with one of his hands. He can set you up.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we gotta go to the secret door.
Barley, could you or possibly your wife maybe hook us up with some food?
I have the Outlander ability. I can forage food for us.
I want real food.
Yeah, but we might be in like caves and stuff in a mountain. There might not be food to forage.
You guys are gonna get
There's
stuck
always
eating
food to
mushrooms
forage.
for
What?
years.
No, I want
Also-
right now. I'm not looking for rations. I'm like
I
starving. We've been
hate
walking around
the
all day.
Outland.
Also,
I hate
why?
the Outland.
I'm also an Outlander, so between the two of us, we can find all the food.
Yeah, but why put
I
all your
can
eggs in one
also
basket?
find food in my pouch. It's called good berries.
Okay, so Barley leans over his shoulder and he goes, "Gin, food for 5."
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He's like, if you want to go downstairs and chat, food will be ready in 30 minutes.
And I'll look over at the two refusing food and I'll say, if you don't want your share, I'll take it.
No, I need the
No.
food. Why can I eat so many berries?
Yeah, do you need
can
to
I
eat
take a-
more 'cause you're a giant?
I just shake my head and laugh.
Give me a mead to go.
I think a ration
coming back
scales
up for
with
food.
character size.
30 minutes is a long time to not
Yeah,
drink.
that's a long time. He
Touche.
serves you up a cold mead.
Thank you.
All right, so I guess we're gonna head
Well
downstairs and
met.
talk to the Raven about supplies.
He
Yep.
puts a cinnamon cider topper on your mead.
Oh
He's,
God,
he winks at you.
does it have a brown sugar rim?
It's
Hey.
got I mean, he is an artiste, or he is a
Wow.
mixologist.
Barista.
He's an
Have
official
you?
mixologist.
All right.
So you guys know the way at this point. You walk around the side and you find the last keg on the right, and you pop that secret door and head downstairs. And below you can you find the Raven and TikTok, of course.
Hello,
Is
TikTok.
Scribblenut also still down here?
So Scribblenaught is still down here. You can see that he is still lying on the cot in the far corner. If someone wants to make a medicine check, they can check on him.
On it.
I slap him in the face.
I should probably go to here.
25.
Oh,
Did you
why
roll?
don't I see that
I don't.
updated?
Yeah, I didn't see your roll at all.
Are you
Me
on
neither.
talk to yourself? Yeah.
What?
No one saw your roll.
No, it's a roll. Did you put it? You're in roll 20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No one sees what you rolled. Did you activate talk to yourself in roll 20?
How the hell do you actually talk to yourself?
Okay, never mind then. So 'cause you obviously didn't. Do you want to maybe
One more
exit
time.
roll
Hold
20?
on. Hold on. Let me try this again.
There you go.
Crit.
Okay.
There.
I see. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
He knows all of the things.
So you can see that Scribblenaught is continuing to progress back towards health. All of the flowers have completely wilted and fallen off his body. And with a 26, you know that he will be back to full strength in 2 weeks.
Nice.
Nice.
Also, I neglected to mention in my recap about how excellent Heather is and how valuable she is in Raven's eyes to the army. I just want to make sure everyone remembers that.
Super important.
Does it look like the note that I left for him has been touched?
No, it's still sitting next to his bedside table.
Okay.
Or cot side. Yeah, so TikTok is down here. He's working at his bench. Most of the grandfather clock has been disassembled for parts. And you guys can see something new in the basement. There's something with a big tarp over it in the corner.
Hey, TikTok, what is that?
And he looks at you and goes, TikTok.
Can I look at it?
Sure.
I'm asking TikTok.
He looks at you and walks over and pulls the tarp back a little bit. And you can see what just looks like kind of like a random collection of parts at this point. It doesn't really look like anything particular. Then he nods at you and then puts the tarp back.
I like how the two characters that had the ability to like communicate telepathically both got rid of them.
It makes it a lot more fun.
It does.
And then you see the Ravens kind of sitting at a desk, going over reports, things like that.
I'm gonna walk up to the Raven and just kind of put my hand down on the desk and wait until I'm noticed.
He looks at you and goes, "How was your tour with Pierre?"
It was.
Is Pierre still with you guys? But I'm gonna say that Pierre broke off to go back home and prepare for the next day's journey.
Yeah, I assume when we got back
Yeah.
to the cinnamon cider, he was gonna do his own thing.
Yeah, he'll meet you guys in the morning at the cinnamon cider.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Raven. So I'm told that we should talk to you about supplies for our upcoming journey.
He groans and kind of looks down at his ledger, and you can see that he's going over supply lists. He's like,
Okay.
where are you guys trying to go to?
I kind of like look back at everybody and like to get affirmation that I'm saying the right thing. We're gonna go north and help out the dwarves and maybe secure some new allies for the resistance.
You're gonna go talk to that asshole Brugger, aren't you?
I think we can
come
make him
for
come
his
around.
bagels.
Why do you hate him so much? Just because he left?
He abandoned the city in his time of need. No matter what messages we sent, he's never returned. All he cares about is the dwarves.
Do you want the bear to go drag him back here?
I want him and all his troops back here. That's what I want.
Easy.
I mean, before I had known this kind of rivalry you had with him, I mean, that was kind of our plan.
I think it's a good plan. Maybe you can convince him where I couldn't. I'm not exactly the best people person. Low charisma score.
I'm gonna wink at him, and there's gonna be like a sparkle. There's gonna be a
Don't
sparkle that appears in the
say.
corner of my eye.
Yeah, you got that flash.
Yeah, the anime sparkle.
He looks down at his list and he goes, it's a 20-day journey by foot to the northern volcano. We can
Yeah,
spare.
but what about the horses you're gonna give us?
He looks at you and he's like, I'm sure Pierre told you there's not a horse in the city that's not under the control of Bellfire.
What about outside the city?
Nothing in the surrounding farmland. You may be able to find, a small settlement somewhere out there, but nothing that I know of for sure. I mean, if you're going north, you're going on foot.
What about like merchants coming in and out of the city? Do they have like a horse and carriage or anything?
Some of the wealthier merchants do have horse and carts that travel, but they're very well armed. Yeah, you're better off going on foot, even if it's a longer journey. Having horses would make you guys more of a target than you're already going to be.
Yeah, but we have 2 outlanders here.
I can also change into a horse.
Wait, what? All right, I could also polymorph you guys into a horse.
Can't wait to see where this is going.
Yay.
I'm assuming having
Horse,
I can turn into a
put a car
draft
on it.
horse, which has an 18 strength score.
oh my god. I can make a cart. I will make a cart. I'm going to make a cart.
Oh
The
my god.
downside is
How long can you turn into a horse?
the wild shape only lasts as
An hour.
An hour.
like
yeah.
an hour. Yeah, but I have 2 charges, and then we take a short rest, and then my it resets, and we can
All right.
sprint another 2 hours.
All right,
20-day journey is
Yeah,
now
you-
an 80-day journey.
Yeah, do the math. Is the speed that we gain from being on a horse worth resting every 2 hours? Do the math.
Resting 1 hour every 2 hours.
A short rest is 2 hours.
It's just
Is
one,
it?
I think.
Is it 1?
I'm
No,
pretty
sure, it's
one.
an hour.
It's 1 hour.
Oh,
1 hour.
I thought it was 2.
Speed of a draft horse. Let's see
Good
here.
lord.
A
Ooh,
draft
Okay,
horse
so-
carrying a cart.
carrying a
Wild,
cart. So I'll give
wild
benefit
shape
that,
is
say,
half your druid level in hours per charge.
What could you polymorph me into, and how long does
So-
that last?
I
a
can
draft horse
polymorph
moves
you
about
into-
25% faster than a human.
I can polymorph you
Yeah.
into any creature that is equal to or lower than your challenge, your level as a challenge rating. I believe that's what it says.
25%.
How long does that last?
Not long.
All right.
1 hour.
That's not gonna help us.
All right, so 25% faster for 2 hours. Get us.
Yeah, it's a third reduction for 25% increased speed because you have to
So
rest for
we're
every,
walking.
for every 3
Yeah, I
hours.
think
the rest
walking. All right.
He looks at his notebook again and he goes, "We can spare
I
about."
mean, strictly speaking, only I have to rest to recover. So you can just have the
Carry you.
barbarian lug me in the cart while I'm shifted back and resting for an hour, and then we swap.
Fuck you.
I would like to reevaluate the mathematics on this because
I'm down for reevaluating, but first I want to hear what the Raven was going
I was
to
just
offer
about to
us
say, I'd like to
lately.
hear what the Raven had to say.
We can we owe you guys a lot. We can spare about 10 days worth of rations for the 5 of you. There's no way that we can do 20 though. You're gonna have to forage a little bit out there.
So you're gonna
Okay.
give us 5 days each?
10 days each.
10 days each. Sorry, I missed that.
Man, Trying to get rid of our ration.
I can make food with magic.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like we spoke about the
Wait,
other
you-
day, that's like drinking water and just living off of multivitamins.
You
well,
so
but a
also
good berry
Well,
specifically says that it's like the equivalent of like a day's worth of food, right?
Yeah.
Listen,
It does.
It
I'm
isn't- it
gonna
is
get
not
sick of
satisfying.
good berries after 2 days. All right.
This is literally the plot to Snowpiercer.
Well, there's
Well,
the Outlander.
yeah, his
Here's
good
where the
berries are
Outlander
secretly
ability comes
cockroaches.
in.
Do monks need to eat? I thought they didn't.
I'm pretty sure I have to.
Yeah, that's way later.
If you
I
don't,
think at some point you do.
Yeah, they get like some sort of transcendence or they don't or something.
Yeah, you're right. It's like level like 14 or something.
all right. I was gonna
Okay.
say because
We
that's
still
extra
have
rations for
two
the rest of
Outlanders
us,
that can forage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
and I can make traps.
All
Oh,
right,
there we
I'm
go.
tentatively just gonna use one of my slots as a create food and water in case you guys fail at Outlander.
There's no
Um,
fail.
There's no
It
failing. It
just
just happens.
is.
So I want to look to the Raven and say, is there anything else as far as
I need a cloak to
non
disguise me.
yeah any non-food supplies that you can give us to help us with our journey?
I mean, what do you get? I mean, we have a pretty limited stock here. Most of what we bring in, we dispense out. I mean, what are you looking for specifically? I mean,
Yeah.
a cloak. I can, we can definitely do a cloak.
Of invisibility.
Can't do that. Do a cloak of visibility.
That's
We
nice.
have that.
Yeah, what do you recommend that we need to
He
like
gives you
try
a bright orange cloak.
Fuck you.
to keep you safe from the
It's
hunters?
got shiny. It's got shiny stripes on it too.
I'm gonna have Barley's wife will be dying this all night.
Yeah,
Oh,
I meant to say, yay. Do you still look like Barley's mother? His
No,
mama?
that wears off after an hour.
Okay.
I got this dog.
Who is a tiny dog in the background?
Just my dog.
Oh, is it? Sounds
Atio.
nice.
So what was I gonna say? I don't remember what I was gonna ask him for. Oh, what about
Supplies.
yeah? I mean anything. What would you say we need to like stay under the radar? Like what do you guys usually do when you need to travel? When you send
I
out
mean, we
groups?
don't travel very often. We don't leave the city.
No wonder why your resistance is falling. What the hell?
I mean, all the people are here. I don't know if you noticed.
Except the
This is-
dwarves.
These are the people that need our
Except for
help.
the dwarves and the furbolgs and
So-
everybody who lives on the other side of the ocean, all the people who could help you with your resistance.
He gives you a dirty look.
I see. All right, I stop.
I give him a dirty look.
Out of curiosity, do you guys have access to
To what?
a boat? Ship.
No, the only boats are the warships that Bellfire has, and then the trading vessels of the merchants, and even those are getting few and far between. There's not a lot of overland trade anymore, or oversea trade, I should say.
Are there still merchants guilds in the city?
There's no merchants guilds anymore. There's just the master traders in the middle city, so they don't freely pass their knowledge on anymore. And as you guys are talking, Heather comes down the steps, goes like, "Oh my God, it's you guys!" And she gives each
Heather,
of you a big
was
hug.
there food upstairs when you came down?
Yeah, there were 5 bowls on a table. Is that for you guys?
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
Yes, it is.
Can I ask Raven one more question?
You can ask him as many questions as you like
What
until 11.
what would you is there anything that we should know about the dwarves like that might help us? Have you ever gotten anywhere
You
with
mean they're
trying to get them back?
not with you know it's hard to reason with Brugger. Um, he's definitely cooking something up there, and there's not a lot of information that goes back and forth. But he's definitely doing something. He drew Bellfire's attention, so I'm not sure what he's planning. I didn't know him incredibly well. Um, the links dealt with him more than I did, but and he's been writing while he's talking to you, and he hands you a letter. He says, "Give this to him. Uh, it basically vouches for you guys. That way, at least maybe you can get an audience with him."
This letter sealed, or is it
Yeah,
just
is there
like,
anything on it to make it seem authentic?
I mean, it's got his signature on it, but it's not sealed or anything like that.
I immediately
You
give it
can-
to Kick Puncher to read,
Yeah,
just
just in case we need another one.
yep.
I mean, I guess I'm not entirely sure how my power works. Like, I can make, like I'm really good at making
right?
forgeries. I'm not sure that I have like
There's
a perfect like photographic memory or anything.
there's a if you have Xanthar's Guide to Everything, there is a very good description of what you can do with the forgery kit.
Well,
Oh, okay.
wait, is yours with the portrait kit? I thought that was just like a skill that you have.
I thought it was an Aarakocra thing,
Well, Kenku.
or Kenku. I'm sorry.
Uh,
Kenku,
yeah, so the actual skill that it gives me is basically advantage on producing forgeries with a kit.
Yeah,
Oh,
Xanthar's Guide has like a lot of really good information on what you can do with every single one of like those different like toolkits.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
okay. Well,
I mean, you don't need to
I
forge
guess
it.
you
You
guys-
have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just in case we do in the future, what if we need to authenticate ourselves again? What if we lose our authenticator?
we'll be fine. Let's see.
We'll have Heather. It's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
She's
okay, I
heir
have
to the
it.
throne.
They're not all coming with you. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I will kill them all off rather
No,
than
no,
not
no, no, no. I
have them
meant,
all with you.
if something happens to the Raven, Heather takes over the guild, and
Oh,
it's fine.
yes, she
Can I
is the
can
second
I
in command. Yes.
can I ask what this letter specifically?
So what the letter says?
Yeah.
So the letter says, "Bruger, you asshole. These are the heroes that we've been waiting for. Do what they say." And then sign the Raven.
All right.
That's
All
gonna
right.
go well
Good.
for a dwarf's personality.
I'm gonna take a random piece of
he'll
parchment. and I'm going
he'll
to
know it's from
use-
me.
Taking a piece of parchment, using magical tinkering, copying text of this onto that. Will stay that way until I don't.
Is your mic away from your head because you keep cutting out?
Yeah, I'm like catching like
Okay.
every third word.
There you go.
All right. Is this better? Moved it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to take a blank piece of parchment, and I am going to utilize my magical tinkering first level talent, and I'm going to make a static visual effect on this thing, which is the text on this piece of parchment. We have two.
You have a copy. You are
So
a
basically made a
photocopier.
photocopy.
Nice.
So I'm gonna kind of like shoot a glance at the Raven. Like, really? You don't think this is gonna piss him off even more?
That's how he knows it's authentic.
That's how he'll know it's from me.
Okay.
I
That's
mentioned
why I moved
I
it.
mentioned the low charisma score, right? I think I mentioned it.
So
All right, so you guys have. I mean, if you need stuff, or let's on.
I don't think anybody has money to get stuff with though.
If you need more supplies, Heather is available. He points at her. He's like, she's available. She can head into the inner city tonight. If you need something specific, and Heather goes, yeah, just let me know whatever you guys need, and I'll go get it for you.
I do have something
Concubines.
I would want actually.
Is Joey Ravioli back? Is he still out? Is he around?
Tony won't be back till morning. He does his selling at night.
Okay. Well, I'm more than happy to go upstairs and eat whatever food is up
I
there.
was gonna say, let's go eat.
Yeah, on the way
Okay.
up, I'm gonna just kind of stop Heather and be like, you remember how you got those potions to cure disease? How about finding potions of
Yeah.
healing?
Yeah, I can find. There's not many in the outer shops. Hold on. It's been a while. Yeah, for sure. They're not as common, but I can definitely get you some.
Some is better than none.
And
I could
rare
use
is
some.
best.
Okay, so she takes off up the back tunnel, And if you guys want to head upstairs, you can
Yeah.
eat your dinner.
Nice.
Do we get a well-rested bonus for eating a nice meal?
Yes, you get plus
So-
1 HP.
While
an
we're eating, I'm manufacturing good berries with all these superfluous spell slots I have. Let's just say I have 60 of them.
What?
How long do they last? 24 hours, right?
24 hours from when I make them.
All right. How many spell slots did you use?
I
This is
used
vitally
uh,
important.
I used 4 of my rank 1, so they're all empty, and 2 of my rank 2.
All right, perfect time to attack you guys.
So how? So
I
I'm
mean-
confused. How did that equal 60 good berries?
Because I make
6 spell
10
slots,
per
10
spell
at a
slot.
time.
Oh, I didn't realize you made 10 at a time.
Yeah.
But they last for. What are you gonna do with these? You're gonna throw them as caltrops? Like, what are you doing
Oh,
with
he's
these good
gonna
berries?
he's gonna force feed them to us like we're.
You
It
only
is the
needed to
most
make 5
efficient
for
heal.
All right.
So
It
you,
is
all
the
right,
most
that's
efficient
fine.
heal in the game presently.
Oh, that's true.
10
Oh, for
HP for
healing.
1
I
spell
forgot
slot.
about that.
All right.
So you guys head upstairs, and you see the table's been laid out with mugs of cinnamon cider. Another mead with a topper for Norse,
God
and
damn
obviously,
it.
obviously a milk cider for Nofstrid. And there are bowls of like a hearty stew waiting for your enjoyment.
Just like prison, I eat nostrids.
Established dominance.
How delicious is
Yay,
the
I'm
food?
assuming Yay crushes up some good berries on top of his. Um,
Yeah, sure.
the food is delicious. It's simple, but you can tell it's cooked with care.
What is the food?
It's like a potato stew.
Ooh, nice.
So we get to eat it with just our spoons.
Yes.
Or your hands. I mean, just if
I
you have
mean,
Yes.
shovel hands.
I'm sorry. There is 5 forks on the table though.
How do you
I
eat a
take my
stew with
bowl and my
fork?
spoon and I walk away from the table.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys eat your food.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you can. I mean, it's nighttime at this point. You guys can rest, or if there's anything you would like to be doing.
I go to
Is there
rest
some
and
sort of
masturbate.
roll that I can make in my arcane research that I've done in the past to try to think of a way to lift the curse on this magic ring that I have?
Yes. Why don't you
Maybe,
roll some?
maybe not
I mean,
necessarily me personally be able to, but know if there is a way.
yeah. I mean, it can definitely be lifted. Um, I don't think it's something that you would have the background to do.
Yeah, no.
But it is definitely a service that you could find someone to perform for you.
Okay.
Norris, what are you rolling for?
I just roll to roll.
Just roll to roll.
Nothing.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything you guys want to
It
do
was
before
it
heading
was
to
a
sleep?
wet masturbation.
So I also knowing how much alchemy supplies we've attained, I want to give my 6 Hydra scales to whoever is currently holding all of the alchemy supplies, because I
Oh,
assume that
baby
they'll be
girl.
useful.
Baby girl. Adding that to my spreadsheet.
Okay, I forgot that I had them. Also, we could sell them if we needed to for quick money, I think.
Okay, I'll figure out what they do later.
Okay.
Hydra scales.
Or how about this? Can do an investigation roll, and I'll determine how good Hydra scales are for potion making.
Man, I don't like rolling for stuff. last week has made me very sad. All right, investigation was my thing. Oh, okay, this is fine. Am I doing this with the use of kits that might help me determine?
Do you have a kit that'll help? I'm sure you do. So yes. I won't even bother asking. I'm sure you have a kit that'll help with Hydra scale investigations.
17's not bad.
Okay, 17. All right, so using that roll, I'll figure out what it does later.
Perfect.
Note to self: 17.
You have a 13 modifier? Jeez.
7 investigation plus proficiency bonus, and it's a double bonus for my kits. My proficiency is +3, so double is +6.
Double proficiency is busted. Just all
Yup.
you need to know.
Mhm.
Okay. Anyone else have anything they want to do? They have a downtime activity, or is everyone just going to kind of conk out in the basement?
Push-ups and sit-ups.
You said it was 6
Okay.
skills, Seth?
Yeah, 6. I'd like to try to commune with the being that left me. Reach out
Okay.
to it somehow.
Okay. Why don't you roll an Arcana?
Okay. What even is my Arcana?
Okay. So you are in meditation, similar to that, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you sit and you quietly meditate, and you kind of look within yourself, and where you've always felt that familiar presence. It's not that it's not there, but there's definitely like a hole where it once was. So or I should say, it's not just that it's not there. Like you feel a physical absence inside you.
Okay. So is there anything, like, if I try to, like, I don't know, speak out mentally, like call out to it, do I get any response?
No response.
Okay. Then I'm going to stop that and probably head to bed once I'm done meditating.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm redoing my spell book.
Okay. Getting rid of Blessed Restoration.
Getting rid of create food and water because apparently I don't need it.
Just eating good berries like Skittles.
All right, so I'm going to say that you guys all go to bed.
Yeah.
You do your various tasks, and Norris, I'm going to roll a D100 for how many push-ups you do.
You want me to roll it? You
Yeah.
want to roll it?
You can roll
All
it.
right, hold on. I guess I can. Who did that?
Nope.
I'm setting up my nighttime guardians. So I got me a weasel, a giant badger, and a giant.
I did 52
All right, so
push-ups.
you did 5 sets of 52 push-ups, and then
Nice.
you got bored, so you went to bed.
All right.
All right, so Ye has stuffed the room with creatures. How big is it? How big is the giant badger? Is it 15 by 15?
No, it's just medium.
Okay. All right, so that's fine then. All right, so they're patrolling. All right, so you guys go to sleep, and the night passes uneventfully, and you wake up to find the Raven, Tony Ravioli, and Heather all sitting at the table in the basement of the base.
Like sitting and watching us sleep? Or is this like a brothel? No, like
They're-
a hostel, rather, not a brothel. A
No,
hostel
they're,
where
I mean,
it's
it's a
just like
big.
a giant open room.
You guys are in like a separate side room where Scribblenut's also sleeping on a cot. So
Okay.
no, you're not in like the main space.
You say Pierre?
and-
You say Pierre is there or no?
Yeah, Pierre's there as well. I'm sorry.
When we walk out, I'm gonna say, Pierre, you ready to go?
My friend Pierre Beauregard Devereaux is always ready to go. And then Heather goes, "Hey, you guys, I got your potions."
How many we get?
Hands you 4 potions of healing.
Oh, baby.
She gives you a big hug.
Ooh, what's going on here?
Hey,
Hell yeah. Is that charisma?
you have to close. You have to be someone who can close in here.
Got that highest charisma.
I already have plenty of potions, so someone else please take them.
I have exactly 1 at the moment.
Me too.
I mean, at least she's legal.
Jesus. Seth, why don't you take them all?
Take all of them? Why is it?
Yeah.
Because I never get hit?
One that would be one reason why. You're usually in the back lines.
Do you have any
We could
potions
always.
on you?
I have 0.
Well, no, you take one for sure.
You should take at least one, yeah.
All right. Let me add that to my shit. I have a healer's kit.
So yeah, I'll take if it. What about you, Nostrid rather.
I got 2 from when we started the game, and I also have a actual satchel of disposable healing potions.
Okay, so I guess I'll take 3, or no, I'll give 2 to Norris, and I'll take the other 2.
2. What is the roll for it? Is it 1d4,
It's
2d4?
2d4 plus 2.
Okay,
These are crappy ones.
that's fine. I just wanted to have it in there so I don't have to ask again when I use it.
I will graciously thank Heather. Graciously.
No problem. Anything for you guys.
Oh yeah.
And then and,
Can we just take all of them with us?
All right. How many
And then,
charisma checks do I need to
Tony-
make to get the whole cast of everybody together?
you need to roll 5 criticals in a row. Bring all of them.
Do it. Do it.
And then Tony Ravioli walks up and he goes, "Hey, you guys!
Hey, Tony.
I had a great night." And he drops a small bag in, I guess, Ezekiel's hand.
Okay.
It's like it was 100 gold, but 33 gold goes to the pot. And he tosses a small bag over to the Raven, who pockets it.
Okay.
It's a shame you guys didn't have any expensive liquors. It's going for a premium right now. I could have made a fortune.
Worth it.
I mean,
No.
we can make some.
I guess that's what you're doing on every downtime activity while we're out in those 20 days.
I'm
Making
literally
beer.
trying to figure out from these ingredients the best types of potions to make. That's all I've been doing.
No,
I've been sitting here.
I meant liquor because that's what
There's-
he's telling us.
I know, but I have stuff to make potions to help us.
Yeah, we could
How
get
about
money.
instead of robbing the alchemist, we just create our own potion
That's what I'm
empire?
saying.
We do the
Okay.
Walter White scenario.
Wait, yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
we kidnap the alchemist. We have someone, turn into the alchemist. Cough, cough. The person who has the racial to do so, and then we're the alchemist.
That's
It
awesome.
only lasts an hour. We gotta talk
Oh.
real fast.
No, it's an hour, but people aren't showing up at all hours of the day, right? You only have to do your bidding like 1 hour, and then we just stay enclosed inside.
Yeah, we just say you got
Yep.
sick.
Business
That's
is only
ironic.
done for 1 hour. I like it.
All right. Wait, did
And
Tony
then,
happen to find any items that we asked for?
So you guys actually had redacted most of the things that you asked for. So it's like Seth had asked for potions and then redacted it. I know what you asked for. We'll get to that. And then Ye had asked for a shield, and he had said that it's not something that he can find right now.
Huh.
So when I re-listened
When
to it,
did I
there
say
was
that?
nothing. No, you had asked for a shield, and he had said
Oh,
that it's
yeah,
not
that's
something
right.
that he can find at this moment in time.
Right. Okay.
And
Fine, Tony.
he looks
fine.
at you, Urken, and he flips the coin back to you, and he goes, I asked around, and no one really knew anything about this coin. It's like, where'd you get it?
I smashed a man's face in and took out his body.
He looks very uncomfortable right now.
Excellent.
I don't. You guys knows I don't mind making a skerfuffle here and there, but that's a little much even for me.
It was the scientist that had that was experimenting on Scribblenut.
All right, fuck him then.
I make a hammering motion with my staff, and I just say, bada bing.
My guy.
Hey,
Hey.
let's get some
Oh.
pizzas.
And then TikTok walks up to you, Urken, and you see that at some point he had stolen the night vision glasses that you guys had, the goggles, sometime during the night, and you can see that he's retrofitted them with like an additional switch on the side. And he hands them back to you.
Ooh. I love TikTok so much.
They're X-ray
He
now.
goes,
I love it so much.
and he reaches up to hand them to you. And can you make a perception check?
Come on, pass it this time.
It's not gonna happen.
It's gonna be a 1.
Dude, anybody help him? Bless him, guidance. Oh,
Oh boy.
Yeah. He places the, or he like, I guess he doesn't place them on you. He pulls the stool over, climbs up on it, puts them on your head, and then he pulls them down. He flips the switch on the side, and suddenly you feel as if you can see everything much more clearly. And you have advantage on perception checks as well as dark vision now.
Oh.
I'm gonna give TikTok the biggest of hugs.
And he goes, TikTok. And then he jumps down and goes back to the workbench.
I'm gonna look him back. Hey, where's? Can I get one of those?
He's digging into the remains of the grandfather clock.
I'll take that as a maybe.
I'm finding him more clocks.
Bring him cool stuff, man. He can make you guys things.
Okay.
Especially if you get to the next part of his story, assuming anyone can ever roll a perception check over a fucking 5.
Anyone?
Whoa,
You mean
I
anyone?
got these goggles now, right? So
Nah,
that
too bad
means
that's not how it works. You didn't missed your chance. All right, so yeah, you guys can head upstairs
we're off to see the wizard.
unless there's anything you have
is-
specifically
is-
for
Is
Tony
the
Ravioli.
is the Raven still down here?
Yep.
I just want to make sure that there's rations enough for Pierre since he's coming with us.
Yeah, I knew Pierre was coming with you, so I added some more rations for him.
Okay.
suddenly there's
Not
enough
that I don't want
rations
to
for
share,
everybody.
but
Barley has the bags upstairs. I'll
Okay.
we'll walk with you guys out to the edge of the gate.
okay. So what do we want to do with this gold? Do we just want to split it evenly?
Hold on to it. I don't need it.
You
I
could
figured-
you could donate it to the cause.
Yeah,
the hell
I
outta
wasn't
here.
asking you.
Wow.
I would say
What
just
if we
hang
need
on
it to
top.
bribe dwarves? Dwarves
Have
love
it.
gold.
Heather pipes up, and she goes, "Just so you guys know, if I had some better tools, I could probably steal some better stuff for you guys."
Are you asking
Hmm.
for a raise in your allowance?
What kind of tools do you need?
Yeah, we can make them. We don't need to buy them.
Specialist thieves tools. You guys wouldn't know about them because you're not thieves.
Yeah, but if you
I'm
told
sorry.
us
And then,
about
and then I assume
The-
Kick
the-
Puncher has a minor
the-
connection.
The artificer who makes tools for everybody wouldn't know about these? I'm mad at her. We're done.
Little girl, I know about
Doesn't know what
everything
you can
when
do.
it comes to thieves.
I was sure he was gonna make a joke about tools.
And so I'm just gonna like
I've got a specialist tool.
like
So she
There it is.
kind of tells you about the tools that she needs. Some files, lock picks. Really just finely crafted stuff. Right? She has kind of a rough set right now.
How long
she
do we have before we leave? I have my smithing tools and my thieves tools. I'll make her some shit.
10 minutes.
You can leave
I
whenever
mean,
you want. You can
we could
live in
stay
this
here
room
for
forever.
I'm just gonna like
You're on your own schedule right now. So
I'm gonna just like sigh and just kind of like look down and just say, how much do they cost?
Tony Ravioli jumps up and he goes, "I could probably get a discounted set for like 50 gold."
Of course.
What?
Of course.
And Heather looks super excited.
Is that like all the money we just got?
So
Pretty much.
maybe if we had 100 gold right now, we could spare that, but we don't because we had to give 30% of it to.
Okay.
you know,
Well, I guess you
and
can't
just
steal your
trail
better
off.
stuff.
I mean,
Seriously,
technically,
seriously,
this
can
is
I?
like buying items, isn't it? If
All
we
right.
give her the gold, that she
Yeah.
gets us
So
items.
yeah, metagame. Are we gonna do this? Are we
I
investing in
mean,
this?
I
I
am
still
for
think
this
that we
course of action.
I mean, really, what else are we going to need money for on our travels out to
Yeah,
the mountain?
Fair enough.
I agree with that logic.
Okay. So I'm just gonna slowly take like 1 gold coin out of the coin purse and hand it to each of our party members, and then just throw the rest of the bag to Tony.
Oh, yeah, that's my character sheet.
All
One
right. So
gold piece.
1 gold.
so note to self. What did we end up with here?
five
So
at the end of it.
62. So 62 gold to,
Yep.
I guess,
Oh,
Tony Ravioli.
wait.
Because you had
62.
60. You
I
had
was more doing
67.
it ceremoniously, but
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, make it 2 gold
you-
coins to everybody, and then
You
it'll
can
even
just
out.
give her the 50 gold.
Yeah,
She gets
Okay.
52.
yeah. I'll take 2 out of. I'll take 2. We'll each get 2 gold, and then hand them the
Ooh.
rest.
You make that adjustment on my character sheet. Middlemarch.
Yeah,
Guys,
a coin
doubled
pouch,
your
2
gold.
gold pieces. Oh
Shit.
baby.
I'm almost back.
You guys only had several thousand before.
It's enough to clink when we walk, and that's all that matters.
Boy, we're gonna get robbed by the friggin' guards now.
Maybe.
It's gonna cost 67 gold to get out of town.
But back into
Yes.
this. For both Tony and Heather, if y'all are ever about and you see schematics of any kind, I'm sure that between TikTok and I, we might be able to help outfit us with better tools.
For sure. Like death.
I want to hit her so badly. It's
I
the only
love
character
you.
that you've had that I've wanted to hit.
It means I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have anything more for these folk? I mean, they're
No.
they're gonna come with you to the edge of town, so you have more
Cool.
stuff for them. So you start heading upstairs. And you see 6 like large haversacks sitting out, loaded up with like trail rations and water skins and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Riley goes, "Well, god damn, I can't believe you boys are leaving me already."
We got places to be.
He looks
I
a little
can.
he looks a little crestfallen. I just know that we're gonna see each other again.
We'll be back in what,
Starting
like
to tear
4
up a little bit.
days?
And like,
4
I
days.
think if the draft horse plan works, it's more like 104 days.
I was saying it just to calm him and reassure him.
Oh, disappoint him. You have to under promise and over deliver, Seth. And as you guys are sitting here chatting, suddenly you hear the sound of bells going off all over the city. And
oh
everyone
boy,
everyone in the bar suddenly looks on edge and very tense.
anyone want to
Why
explain
so
what these bells
serious?
mean?
So and the Raven looks at you and he goes, "Stow your gear. Bellfire's called the city together." And you can see they're stowing weapons in pockets and throwing cloaks on. The guards are going to be by. The guards are going to be by soon. It's mandatory.
Wouldn't this be a
We
great
gotta get
time to
out there.
leave the city if everybody's all gathered at this meeting?
You'll never make it out. Every door is going to be locked down.
Okay.
All right, let's do what he says.
I
Mhm.
keep all my gear and I well shape into a cat.
Okay. I can't wait for that hour to be up.
Prince Bellfire announces the meeting will take place in 1 hour and 1 minute.
So the Raven ushers you out of the Cinnamon Cider, and you can see that all around you, people are streaming into the streets and heading towards the center of the outer city, basically right where the gates are to the middle city. And there's like a large square, like a pretty enormous square that's kind of emptied out, and not nearly large enough to contain all of the people that are assembling as they are, filling up basically every road, every alleyway, and you can see guards going into buildings to make sure that everyone is leaving to come to the square.
I've got a question. Does the cat that's following us get crushed by the crowd?
I was considering it, but we'll say that
I,
you're riding so
I
much
crawl
over.
onto the shoulder of the barbarian.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I figured.
I swat it like it's a fly.
Oh no.
Pretty sure we've asked this before, but how common are spellcasters in the city now?
I mean, you have not seen someone cast a spell inside the city.
Okay.
Since you've been here.
Okay.
So you can
Answer
see
the
it.
question at all.
I mean, you don't know. How about that? You didn't ask that in your thousands of questions that never came up. So you and
You get a break
the
this
other,
week.
you and the other, members of the resistance from the Cinnamon Cider are kind of swept along with the crowd, but you're staying generally together. And you can see as you come into near the center of the square, over the people's head, you can see there's a line of very, very tough looking guards that's kind of keeping a perimeter. There are some richer looking people inside that perimeter that have kind of like seats set up. And you can see a row of, is it gibbets or gibbets? I think it's gibbets, right?
Sure.
Like
I've heard.
hangman's nooses.
Oh, shit.
I think
I
it's
can't-
gibbets. I think.
So you
I don't
see a gibbet set up with 10 nooses hanging on it.
Okay.
And you can see coming from the inner city a horse and cart, all of it completely black. And you can kind of feel a power emanating from it. And as the cart arrives, you see Bellfire step out of it. And he, several attendants kind of rush up and carrying like a makeshift throne, basically. And they set him, next to the gibbet, basically. You also see Bastion in his full plate armor. And you see 5 incredibly large cloaked figures who are arrayed right behind Bellfire.
Do we see Dell anywhere?
He went north.
Down anywhere.
Oh, did he go north?
Yeah, we saw him on the
Yeah,
horses.
he was
when we
looking
were-
Oh,
at-
that's right.
Horses out of
That's
town.
right. Okay.
And you can feel that the crowd is getting very, very, very restless around you. It'd be hard to put a number on it, but you would say there's 50 or 60,000 people from what you can see, kind of arrayed around this area.
I seem a little panicked and not comfortable in a crowd like this.
In the crowd, yeah.
Yep.
Are
And
people
then
talking at all? Are they just like dead silent? Like what's it?
you hear like a general murmur through the crowd. And every once in a while you see kind of a guard push someone, to keep them quiet. And you can see that the guards for the outer city are kind of arrayed within the crowd as well. But the perimeter is maintained by, Bellfire's personal guard. And Bastion steps up and he starts to speak, and you're not sure what it is, or I'm sure Nofstra knows and Ezekiel, but his voice comes out kind of magically amplified so that the entire crowd can hear him. And as he begins to speak, the crowd becomes deathly silent. And unfortunately, my voice modulator is not working, so you have to pretend that my voice is magically amplified. And he goes, "Several nights ago," you can hear it go, ago. Everyone's listening. A noble by the name of Theo von Epstein was murdered in his bed by demi-human rebels.
Was he a
They
prisoner?
then set his. Who are you talking to?
No one. I'm just being stupid.
They then set his home on fire, killing his wife and children as well.
Oh,
We stand here and Emperor Bellfire would give the guilty party an opportunity to approach and face their punishment. He kind of looks around the crowd, and you can see the ravens like super tightened up next to you.
Can I roll insight? Is this something that like? Do I think the raven is the one who did this?
Isn't that what we just did?
Yeah, you guys did this.
Oh, that was okay. I
Yeah.
guess I missed. I'm still like trying to get
never
caught up
actually-
on that.
Yeah, and you never knew his
It-
name.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
It
yeah,
was
because he died.
specifically the Raven. He's the one who set everything on fire. We didn't do that. I'm just saying.
Ye-
I have a really clean conscience here.
We
But-
also
but
didn't
we-
murder
we
You
anyone in the
murdered.
bed.
You murdered the noble. That guy
What?
in the basement was the noble.
Don't lie to me.
the scientist.
Yeah, that was the noble.
I don't
But
feel.
we
I don't
didn't
feel
we
bad
didn't kill
about
his family. We didn't kill his fucking family. There was no one else there.
I don't
Alright,
feel
why don't
bad
you
about
guys?
murdering the
Why don't you
noble.
guys step up and see if you plead your case?
No, we tried. We tried that before. It didn't go well 10 years ago. It's certainly not going to go well now.
Um. So Bastion's looking around. He has kind of a bored expression on his face. Like he knows.
Wait.
He knows that no one's. But
How far away are we from Bastion and Bellfire?
maybe 1,500 feet, 2,000 feet, something like that.
Okay. Okay. I feel better.
Yeah, I mean you're in like the middle of a crowd, so they're not picking you out.
Yet.
Bastion
What about that
goes.
giant orange cloak?
No, I had Barley's wife diet in the middle of the night. Fine. I gave her a little something extra on the side to,
Oh, really?
With his tools.
Yep.
So
Barley wine.
Bastion.
It's fine.
Bastion looks around and goes, "If the guilty party can't be found, then we will move on to the next punishment. You, the people of the outer city, knowingly harbor these rebels. As punishment, we will take 100 of your number." And you can see that the elite guards start pushing forward and pulling people out of the crowd, and forcing them over to where the gibbets are.
Thank God I'm chaotic neutral.
So you can see the Raven is like beyond furious at this point. And you can see him kind of reach down for his boot knife.
I look over and I'm like, are we doing this? Is this happening right now? Because I'm for it.
I'm going to hold my hand up to both of you and say, shh.
I mean, you guys tell me what you're doing. Is this the moment?
It's just,
I'm a cat.
What are the all right? So I'm just gonna I'm gonna ask the Raven of this. I'm just gonna say, what are the chances that I could cast a spell and get away with it right now?
He turns and looks at you, and like you can see that his eyes are like on fire right now. He's like, if we fight, we die, and I'm fine with that.
if we die now, then everyone dies later.
And you can see that he's like struggling internally with him, like his own emotions. And then Pierre puts his arm on the Raven's arm and goes, "My friend, even Pierre Beauregard Devereaux could not fight 1,000. And 5 Reapers as well. Today is not the day."
Yo.
And you see the Raven kind of like settles back down. He puts his boot knife back in his boot and like sets his jaw. And they begin leading the people of Lockport up to the gibbet, and they start hanging them 10 at a time. And it takes quite a long time. And through it all, you can see kind of Bellfire has this like kind of like passive bored expression on his face as he's watching the people die. And you can see like the nobles in the crowd off to the side are kind of like snickering. And finally it's over. And the crowd begins to disperse.
I just want to say, with this music in the background, the feels right now.
I guess we disperse with the
And
crowd.
Bellfire gets back in his cart and he starts heading back through the city.
How much rep do I get for siding with the Raven?
Oh, he's loving you right now.
Um,
It's gonna be a fight between him and Heather. Um,
I mean, why
nice.
can't he have both?
Canolistos.
So you guys head kind of gloomily back to the Cinnamon Cider, and the Raven kind of gestures everyone down below, even Barley. So you have the Raven, Pierre, TikTok, Heather, Tony Ravioli, Barley, all down in the basement. And he kind of looks at you, and you can see that his eyes just are like cold at this point. And he goes, "They may have taken 100 today, but we will take 1,000 for everyone that they took from us. That is my promise to you. There will come a day where it will be time to fight."
That just seems like a lot of dead people.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm all about it. I'm like every
My
time he
friend,
says
I will
something.
take 1,000 myself.
Yeah, I'm like every time he says something, I'm like nodding and like gesturing along with him.
And he looks at you guys. He goes, "Get that asshole Brugger and his people back here, and let's do this."
Hell yeah.
And the group kind of starts to disperse.
I guess it's time to go.
Yep.
So
Let's do it.
I mean,
I guess so.
it's up to you guys. Is it time to go?
It's time to go.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else
So
we can really do.
Barley brings you back upstairs, and he always has that upbeat attitude. He's like, all your food was prepared, and Jin threw a couple special items on top for you, just to make sure you don't, you're not homesick and you don't miss us too much. And you can see a little dwarven face lean over the counter and kind of wink at you, and then she goes back to cooking. And then so Heather will come with you to the outside of the city, but you don't see the Raven anywhere.
All right.
Her and Pierre kind of lead you to, the closest gate that'll lead you to a path that goes north. And you are outside the city.
I visibly relax.
Guys, we did it. We beat Tisquan.
We're the best.
And Heather gives you each a big hug, and she goes, "I can't wait to see you guys when you get back, and I'm gonna have stolen a bunch of cool stuff. Thank you." And then she kind of runs off back into the city.
I could never tell if she's being serious or not.
That's her superpower.
She is always serious.
She's always nonsensical.
Before we start heading out, I just want to remind Will and everybody else about my eagle aspect of the beast, because since we're finally in a place where this is going to make sense, I can see up to a mile away with no difficulty and able to discern even fine details as looking at something no more than 100 feet from me.
Okay.
And I just want to remind everybody that I am never surprised and always alert.
Neither is Pinchy, who is now out of his barrel.
I'm still a cat.
I'm still a cat.
I'm still a cat.
Also, guys, if you are going to scrounge for supplies at any point, helping find wild sage root will help me make healing for everybody.
I like it.
Wild
So
sage
look,
root.
You see
wild sage root.
little. I said you see little glowing dots, Nors, off in the distance.
Can I
for spawn points for herbalism?
Can I ask a question on behalf of Urkin? Is there an herb that we could find to upgrade these healing potions into like
yes,
to
yes, there
increase their
is.
potency?
He's already
Yeah.
got one.
So we also want to find milkweed seeds because this is going to double the dice rolled of any healing effect.
All right, sweet.
Oh.
Does anybody have herbalism though? To like, isn't that what lets you?
That's I think
find this
it's
stuff?
survival that you would use, right?
Yeah, I believe.
Or nature.
Let me see what
I have a
Hold on.
+6 to survival.
I
I was
don't even
gonna say,
see herbalism.
I got
on
+2
my
on
skills.
proficient.
Let's say, let me go back to Xander's guide because
Yeah, that probably has
So,
something.
so
it
I
actually
also
doesn't have anything
question.
for making potions. But
I think Will
Sorry,
has a big compendium.
Yeah,
on
I have a thing
potion
here. Hold
creating.
on, hold on. An herbalism check. Just as an herbalism check, but that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I feel like it'd be a mix between
If you
nature.
have an herbalism kit.
For some reason,
Who's
I do have one, but I don't have proficiency with it.
Well, at least
Hey,
we
hey,
have one.
baby girl, you want to give me that because I get proficiency with every kit.
Fuck. Fuck yeah,
I'm kind of
take it.
happy that not too many people have it because it's just I don't make sure it doesn't get out of fucking control. I'm willing to say that you guys you forage as a group because
Okay.
this shit can get crazy.
Yeah, that's fine.
I
That's
don't
alright.
get double proficiency with this one if that makes you feel better.
No, it does not make him feel better.
What's your? Are you wisdom or int? Erkin.
Int and
Int,
con.
okay. So it would be int plus proficiency. So d20 plus int plus proficiency. If you're proficient with your herbalism kit, which it seems like you are.
Cool.
Yes. Okay. I mean, we'll get to that.
All right. I'm glad we got some extra potions before we left then, because maybe we can make them better.
Upgrade.
So just for my own inventory sheet, I am giving this to you.
I mean, if might as
So, I
well
mean-
because I'll put it in my bag holding and it'll make life
Yeah.
easier for everybody.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nice. All right.
Okay,
Are
so
there
you guys
any
see
like
the
barnyard animals or things, urban animals that I've seen that I can practice shifting in just for camouflaging purposes, like cows, mules?
So you guys are out in the farmland now. So as you walk around, you can kind of see, there's some ranches set up as well as farms. So you can see kind of a collection of cattle and things like that.
Awesome.
Real quick, I'm using the restroom.
Okay.
So you guys see the remains of kind of a rutted trail heading north. But you can see that it's definitely the road less traveled. Seems like most of the caravans head south. So you guys are kind of on your own up here. You do see the remains of what looks like a long used caravan trail.
Do we want to use the trail, or are we thinking that we want to stay off the road and
Do we see
walk parallel to it?
Yeah, do we see like the 300 to 400 horse hooves that just went north going in one direction or the other?
So they actually left the day before, so you don't see them.
But like 300 or 400 horses would make a pretty distinct.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. So yeah, 100%. You guys see the path of that.
Okay.
You see you're 100% correct. You see
I sidestepped the horse
remains.
shit.
I mean, you are up to your knees in horse shit. Let me tell you.
Yeah, but what about the ones that went north?
Oh god. Yeah, so you guys can use that as a path if you want to. I mean, they're basically following the caravan trail.
Okay. I feel like we should stay off to the side though, so that in case people another band of horses or something comes up, we can be ready to be out of the way if we need to be.
Norse, can you roll me a perception check? Do you get an advantage on perception check because of your eagle eye, or you can just see farther?
I can just see farther. It doesn't tell me I get advantage on perception with it.
Roll me a perception check, friend.
Dim light does not impose disadvantage on my perception check, though. But let me just.
It's like mid morning right now.
I think I'm good then, right? Hold on one second.
He's about to show me how it's done.
Probably not.
I give him guidance.
You can't give him guidance. This is just what he notices. There's no reason that you'd give him guidance.
Perpetual guidance.
What'd you roll?
16.
It hasn't updated on my side yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Same here.
So funny. I can see my dice. I can see everything.
Yeah, it happened to me too.
Maybe just log and then come back in. I'll give you that roll, but just
okay.
yeah. So now we have Discord
roll
falling
20.
apart. and roll 20 falling apart.
All right,
You haven't been
hold on.
kicked today though. That's nice.
Hey, hey,
Yeah,
hey.
That's true.
Don't
one of
say it.
my computers is hardwired now, so
Mm,
Oh, maybe
so
that'll
I,
help.
Oh,
I
nice.
moved everything into the back room. So
nice.
We saw that roll. Whoever did that. Nope.
My
Never mind.
one? Yeah.
is that for your bag of tricks?
No, that was just me trying to make sure the roll 20 was still connected.
Okay. All right. So Nors, you notice with a 16, kind of like a dark shape pass. I mean, it's above the clouds, so you definitely can't get a good look at it. But you see a dark shape pass above you guys, and it does not seem to cast a shadow as it should. You know, if not for your incredible sight, you never even would have known that it passed by because it didn't blot out the sun as it passed by.
Hmm.
And then it passes by you guys, and you can't see it anymore.
I point and tell everybody about the dark shape.
Would we be able to see it? I mean, percept obviously not.
No,
Percept check
no.
alone.
Yeah, it's only because of his, and
Okay.
not even with a good
Mm.
perception check. Yeah, it's just because of his incredible vision, eagle-eyed vision, some would call it.
I pat him on the back and say, "I see things too sometimes." But
So I'm gonna have like
Um,
a paranoid thought. Do we now have to worry about this dragon flying overhead and seeing us too?
That's kind of what I thought. I mean, from all my survival abilities, do I recognize anything? I don't know.
This is not something you've ever seen before. I mean, you've seen dragons and things like that, but I mean, they
So
cast a shadow when they pass in front of the sun.
then I very excitedly tell them why I am extremely upset and what I saw and why it's strange, and I don't know how to explain it.
which just makes me feel like my first thought was right,
What was that?
that he sees things.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. I'll kill it if
So,
it comes
yeah, I
by.
was gonna say keep
My
an
my
eye out and let
funny
us know
my
if you see it
funny
again.
thought my funny thought is that Norris understands everything. He just can't explain it to you guys. He's got it all figured out already. He's like, "Fuck! All we had to do was this, and we could have killed Bellfire."
There's
No.
a there's a
He just
brain
can't tell you guys
there's a
about
brain disease that actually does that. I forget what it's called.
it.
It's
Yeah,
called like
it's called
Brockus.
8int. Yeah, it's called 8int or 8 wisp.
Both.
It's called Brocus aphasia.
Hmm.
I'm not
Alright,
gonna look
so
that up because I'd like to sleep.
It's just all it is just you take blunt trauma to the head, and you can think and write and do everything just fine, but you physically just can't articulate anything. Like you just forget words all the time, and like
Hmm.
it's weird.
Actually, that sounds very interesting and something that I might want to look up for work. But let's keep going.
yeah, let's start traveling.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are following the path, or you're kind of making your own path?
I'm
Following the
Yeah, I'm along the line that we should follow it like parallel, like 50-ish feet out. I don't know. Unless
Is there like cover on the sides, like off the path?
So you're in kind of a flat area, but you can definitely see as you move forward, you'll pass through some like low tree cover, off to the side. So I mean, you can definitely take a path that doesn't expose you as much. I mean, following the um the path that you're on is 100% the most exposed path. So there's definitely things that you can do to reduce that.
Let's do those things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Every of
We
the
won't
things.
necessarily have to be in cover, but just the ability to get in cover quickly if we need to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If
exactly.
say an ancient red dragon comes down on you. Speaking
Yeah.
of, an ancient red dragon comes down.
I pull my maul and jump on its head. Let's
Remember
go.
this subquest you guys didn't do 10 years ago? Game
Yeah,
over.
I
you had killed him
wanted
back
to
then.
do
He
the
was an
subquest.
adolescent. He was an adolescent red dragon, and now he
We
grew
all
up
wanted
into
to
an
do it.
ancient red dragon.
The only reason why we didn't do it was because of Bellfire. Let that be known.
Yes,
It's
We were
true.
all on board.
Wait. He went from adolescent to
I'm
ancient in
kidding.
10 years.
That did not happen. No. Yeah, just like what I mean. There's got to be a point, right, when you transition over. Like he was like right on the
Recombinant
cusp.
It's like
bovine hormone.
It's like
Growth
Pokemon.
hormone.
There's no gradual transformation. It
Yeah,
just
exactly.
happens.
Like he went from 90 to 91 experience, and then he became a
ate enough
Raichu.
dwarves.
Um, Okay, so you guys begin your approximately 20-day journey heading north. Um, Obviously, we're not going to cover all 20 days. So
Damn
the
it.
day I would like to cover is the kind of the first day. Um, and you know what? Actually, let's talk about the journey. So what I'd like to hear is you are we'll say six, but 5 of you, very experienced, very skilled travelers. What do you bring to this team on this journey? You guys talked about cover. We talked about food acquisition. Like, what in your
So,
experience or your skills do you think what are what are you individually contributing to this party
so this is
on this specifically
supposedly
specifically related to the journey
survival in the wilderness is
as
definitely me.
as far as what finding food?
Finding food, sensing danger,
Okay,
primal instinct.
so why don't you roll me a survival check?
With my +2, I would love to do that. Fucking
Are we
wisdom.
doing? Would you say a skill challenge?
Kind of, not really though.
So,
This is more just about how comfortable you guys are going to be on your journey.
oh, okay.
15.
Okay, how about the rest of you guys?
I'll
gonna
go.
say.
Never mind.
You've had a lot of
Go ahead.
adventures.
Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Josh.
You said you go. You go.
Okay. So like you said that there's like kind of like farms and stuff that are kind of scattered around. Um,
Yep.
Maybe using my incredible charisma, I could,
Bishy
procure.
sparkling. You're Bishy sparkling, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. I'm BC Sparkling. Yeah. I could procure, means of like sleeping indoors for like one night out of every few, if we can find a group of farmers who are willing to let us sleep.
Okay, why don't you roll?
Maybe they're part of the resistance. Maybe they're not.
I have
Why
the
don't you roll?
ability to grow all of their
Like
crops
like
in
an
exchange for a night of
like an underground railroad type situation.
Would you say that's persuasion, or I mean, what are you using here from an
Yeah, I
ability
could
standpoint?
use persuasion.
Okay, roll me a persuasion.
Damn.
All right.
It's above a 10.
How about someone else?
Well, building on that, I can just take all the farmers' livestock with my channel divinity in exchange for lodging for the night for finding and returning.
What?
The fuck?
So you
But are we setting up
steal
like
their livestock and then return their livestock.
Are we setting up like a
We
farmers
were not
mafia
talking
here?
about a specific situation. I think this was an overall
No,
global.
that's fine. So he's getting lodging by
Swindle.
Stealing from the poor and giving to the poor.
that's
Oh
fine.
my
That's
god.
that's his attitude. Would you say that's yeah? How about an Arcana for me? Because it's a
Robin
spell
of
that
the
you're casting.
dickheads.
Listen, Ye's being true to his character.
Wait, no, it should be a -1. That should have been an 8.
Oh, below a 10.
All right, Josh or Chris.
Go for it, Josh.
All right. So I'm going to say that because
sorry to
of
interrupt,
all
but
of
I would
my
argue that that's a performance, not a Arcana.
Okay, what is it if it's his performance?
Then it would have been 11. It would have been over 10.
Okay.
It's really not a thing. I made up the over 10, but I like that everybody's going with it.
All right, Josh, what do you got?
All right. So because of how well studied I am, I know a lot about historical battles in the area. So as we're, journeying, I'm trying to keep everyone's spirits high by talking about the different historical significance of different areas that we're traveling through.
Nice. Would you say that's history or performance?
I'm going to say history because it's about the history.
Okay.
And also because I have a better modifier to that.
The best reason.
Yup.
Oh.
Wow, we suck.
God damn.
I did good.
It's okay. It's been like what? It's been 10 years since we traveled.
That's true.
All right.
Can we,
All right,
can we
Chris
talk
B.
about 2 days in a row the dice hate me?
Yeah. I guess I'm not the only Outlander, but I do have a great memory for like general maps and geography. So, making our way through terrain, if we do have to go off the beaten course, is not going to get us lost or anything. Um, I also have the ability to mimic any sounds I've ever heard, which I assume can probably be used to distract things or maybe to make it easier to hunt for food, or I don't know. I'm sure there's lots of things you can do by making a bunch of random noises you hear.
Can you give me a survival?
Sure. 19.
Wow. All right, so the first 2 or 3 nights, or 2 or 3 days of your journey pass, pretty comfortably actually. So, a combination of Kick Puncher and Nors are able to successfully hunt for you guys. Kick Puncher is able to mimic the sound of like a deer in heat to attract a bunch of other deer, which
I
Nors
throw a
brutally
hand
murders.
axe at it to kill it.
You guys have plenty of fresh meat, plenty of food, water. Uh, you know, uh, Ezekiel and Offstrid are able to team up to con some farmers out of their out of some lodging.
I mean, that's only one option. We can also
No,
do
it's
fair
my
exchange.
favorite. No, it's my favorite option. I like it. Listen, no one, you're not hurting anybody. So you're not asking for payment. You want some lodging. So they put you up in barns and stables and that kind of stuff. So you have a pretty comfortable journey. However, I'm sorry, Urken will not stop boring the crap out of you. He's like, do you guys see that tree over there? That was once the tree that John Demonbane planted. And, I mean, just when you talk about boring history,
I
it's just
chopped the tree
absolutely boring
down.
history. And you're pretty sure that he's making up a decent amount of it too. So
Gotta let
so
everyone know how smart I is.
you guys come to the end of, we'll say, either the third or fourth night. So and you're sitting around the fire. And I'm just kind of curious. So you guys have not really known each other for that long. In reality, it's been maybe like a week, and you've kind of been tossed on this kind of crazy journey together. I mean, what do you guys talk about during your downtime? I mean, are you sharing like your backstories, you know, personal histories, quests? I mean, what do you guys chat about when you're sitting around the fire, not doing a whole lot?
I mean,
All of the above.
yeah, I go pretty open and about like the fact that like I was when you guys first met me, I was essentially like haunted by an entity that I don't understand. And then after we ascended to whatever plane that was and had our 10-year slumber or whatever the hell actually happened to us, suddenly it's gone and I have manifested other powers in its place.
Norris has no idea what you just said.
To be fair, I don't really either. And that's kind of what I'm doing, trying to figure that out.
I don't give them a lot of my backstory. I do like to regale them with tales of my bloody battles and surviving in the wilderness by myself. And
As he does that, I take notes about how to regale people.
Yeah, I'm ultra fascinated by his tales of like destroying people and cutting down hordes and stuff.
exactly.
Very cool.
In honor of season fast
Oh,
approaching.
all right.
What the fuck?
I thought that was
Sorry.
me. I was like, what the hell is that?
In my stories, though, there's one thing that is like kind of noticeable is that I never even once like mention anything about family or relatives or like where I lived.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Does anyone else share anything, or everyone else is pretty quiet?
Are there any animals nearby?
You're not gonna have sex with them, are you?
Oh, I can. My
It's
God,
not
I
that
forgot.
winter.
I can cast spells. Shit.
I mean, there's
Yep, I got 2
general.
spells.
there's general like woodland creatures. You know, it's nighttime, so you got owls and there's deer creeping around out there and um, squirrel. I mean, general like forest stuff.
All right, I'm gonna take some of the rations that Barley gave me and start setting out little piles of food.
Okay, trying to attract them.
Yes. Plus,
Oh, so and I
it's
forgot.
what we do.
So I forgot to mention too that when you guys had opened your haversacks in the first night, you each found like a personal size pie that Jin had baked for you,
What kind of
Aw.
pie?
and of course whatever kind of pie you would want.
I want mincemeat.
That's what you got, my friend. Also, a couple bottles each of cinnamon cider.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
All right,
Um,
so go
Is
ahead.
there an owl I can see?
Yes, there is.
I'm gonna take 10 minutes and cast Beast Sense
Okay.
so I can see through the owl's eyes.
Okay.
So for an hour, I can see through the owl's eyes, hear what it hears, and I can do so until I feel like it, until the hour's up. They're just high in perception, a hell of a lot higher than I am.
Yep. Okay.
Just in case.
So no, so you can't see through your own eyes, right? When you're doing that.
You touch durations. You can use your action to see through the beast's eyes, hear what it hears, and continue to do so until you use your action to return to your normal senses. So yeah, so I can't see through my own eyes.
Okay. So you look through the owl's vision. There we go. Finally, you look through the owl's vision, and he's looking at you right now. So you see yourself.
Cool.
And then he takes off, and he starts flying north. And you can see basically the whole land below you and the path that you guys are following as it meanders up towards the northern volcano. And you can actually see through his eyes several people on the path, maybe a couple days ahead of you.
Can I make anything out about them?
So you see kind of like a tall, lanky man in a red trench coat, and he's got a massive sword on his back. And then you see walking along the path with him it looks like maybe a 9 or 10-year-old girl.
Heading
and then you're
towards us or away from
nope,
us?
away from you guys.
Okay.
And then the hour expires.
All right. I tell everybody that I saw a giant red man with a little girl, probably selling her for prostitution, along the path heading away from us.
I do an insight check to see if he gave us a very biased account of what he saw.
Absolutely.
Motherfucker, I just got to use a spell as a barbarian. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah, I'd really love to know how that happened.
I believe him implicitly.
Barbarians get 2 spells. They're cast as rituals. One is Be Sense, and the other is Speak with Animals.
Oh, that's cool.
Interesting.
So this is one of the few times I could actually use it, and it actually was handy. Holy shit!
So
when you say heading away from us, that means to the north.
Yeah,
Like the
correct.
direction
Basically.
we're heading. Okay.
Yep, direction you're heading up towards the volcano, and there may be a couple days in the future. Or
Right.
no, that came out wrong. A couple days ahead of you.
Yeah.
They are not in the future.
So I completely forgot about this about my character, but the cinnamon cider that I have, I'm just gonna give all of it to the rest of the group.
Okay.
Just hand it out. Be like, this isn't for me, and then I just kind of, you guys can, you'll enjoy this more than I will.
Seth noted
All
on
right.
his character sheet that he's definitely allergic to cinnamon.
Yep.
Wait, really?
I assume that it's hard cider, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Okay.
Real question. Can I take the cinnamon cider and add alchemy supplies to make that, I guess, a drink / potion?
Sure. What did you have in mind?
I'm not sure yet. I just want to know if that was something I could do.
I will give you a maybe, depending on what it is that you want to do. I'm not going to give you a blanket yes, though.
So specifically, what I was thinking was the fennel silk allows you to stabilize. It says stabilize body heat to resist cold or wet weather penalties for an hour. I feel like utilizing that with the batch of
Def-
cider would be really
Yep,
nice over the campfire.
definitely. Yep. Yeah, I'd be on board with that.
Hey, before I even consider wasting any of our supplies, though, what is the weather like tonight?
It's temperate. You guys you haven't made it very far north so far. And you know that it gets cold up in the mountains, but the island's pretty temperate for the most part.
Speaking of hard cider, I'm gonna go get one. Be right back.
You're deathly allergic, Seth.
Oh my god. If he doesn't add cinnamon to it, he's out of this group. I'm sorry.
For the record, too, while we're at this campfire, to everyone's delight, instead of saying any words, I am just mildly tinkering with my crap.
So you're not telling them about the history of campfires.
They're like, finally, he's not talking.
All right, so we have to wait for Seth to come back. 'Cause it's an important part.
Guys, I miss TikTok.
That's the one person you should have brought with you.
Honestly, though, no, we can't bring him until I pass that fucking perception check.
You notice that he actually is Prince Belfire. How did you miss it all this time?
I'm fucking stupid, all right?
I'm back.
Welcome back. All right, so you guys make start to turn in one by one, unless anyone has anything particular to do.
Do we need to set up
Sending
a watch?
out my sentinels. Hold on.
Oh,
Yep.
guess we don't need watches if we have sentinels.
I have Pinchy.
So,
Pinchy can't sleep.
I
there we
forgot
are.
what number. So I have 2 panthers and a weasel. They will be guarding us while we sleep.
With Pinchy.
Sorry, hold on 1 second. Stupid YouTube.
I was really excited. I was like, oh shit, boss battle, let's go.
Yeah, so the panther has a 14 passive perception, the weasel has a 13, and they have keen smell and keen hearing and keen smell. So I think we should probably be okay. And they also have crazy ass stealth bonuses too. So
All right, so you set up your sentinels. Are you setting watches?
I mean,
I'm going straight to bed. I'm gonna have them wake me up if we're under attack.
Yeah,
Are you going to sleep in your armor?
No, I don't care. No, that's not a thing.
as much as I trust these woodland creatures, I still think we should set watch.
Yeah, I definitely want to do one.
Do you trust Pinchy?
I mean,
Who has a plus 40 perception and cannot be surprised?
Actually, what is my perception? That's not bad.
He has more perception than I do. If anything, he should take my watch.
Well, I mean, he do that.
He knows exactly what you missed in the basement of Cinnamon Cider, by the way.
I don't know.
Right, so you guys set up. Yeah, you guys set
Wait,
up. It's fine.
Also, doesn't a monk not need to like sleep? You could just like rest as long as you're like resting.
No, that's not for another few levels too.
Oh, okay.
Or if I was
Eventually-
an elf.
Eventually, he doesn't need to sleep, eat, drink, shit, urinate,
I just
blink.
don't even have a physical body anymore. I'm just pure light.
You're just
all
my
his
God,
organs
You're
are
just
gone.
floating fists.
You become a medium construct. I'll have 2 constructs.
All right, so you guys set up watches. I'm sorry, I'm pushing you a little bit.
Okay.
You set up watches, and Ezekiel, during the night, you have a very interesting. I don't want to say dream because I don't want to understate what it is. You've dreamt your whole life, and this is beyond anything that you've ever. It's beyond what you've ever experienced before. It's almost like your mind is transported to a different place, and you are suddenly sitting on a grand throne in a very massive hall that is almost completely black, except for it's black in color, though there is torches that kind of illuminate the room. You see everything as yourself, however, you are only a joyrider, basically. And standing in front of you, you see Bastion. And he is on one knee addressing you. And then you begin to speak. And you say, Bastion, I am incredibly disappointed. How is this dwarven rebellion? How has it taken this long to root them from their hole? And you can see that Bastion looks very nervous as your voice rings out across the room. The dwarves are on the verge of digging too deep. What they release will not easily be rebottled. And then Bastion says, My liege, Dell will bring them to task. And Bellfire goes, Dell's loyalty wavers even further. You know what needs to be done, Bastion. Deal with it. I will arrange it, my liege. My liege, have you heard the rumors that, and he kind of looks nervous, that the travelers have returned? The guards from the fire 2 nights back are reporting the same thing. And Seth, you sit quietly on the throne. And you can see Bastion starting to shift kind of uncomfortably.
Mm-hmm.
They should have been dealt with 10 years ago as I planned. And you can see that Bastion looks even more nervous. And you raise your hand and you kind of motion off to the side into the darkness. And you can see on the back of your hand, you have maybe like a dozen extremely lavish rings, stones bigger than anything that you've ever seen before. And a large, completely cloaked figure steps forward. And Bastion kind of takes a couple steps back in fear. And Bellfire turns to the cloaked figure and he says, Call in the hunters. And then the voice says, My lord, we can deal with them personally. And Bellfire says, My reapers have more important tasks. I'm sending you east to the mainland. And then as he continues to speak, the vision ends and you will wake up in a cold sweat next to the fire.
All right. Is anybody else awake, or is it just me?
Whoever was taking watch, I
Just
assume.
you and whoever's on watch.
Okay, I'm gonna try to go back to sleep, I guess, for now.
Okay. All right, so the rest of the night passes uneventfully. You guys wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great sleep.
So
You're
so
certainly under no obligation to say anything. I'm just
no,
if you want.
I want to. So when everybody's kind of awake and we're all kind of like getting ready, I'm just gonna, I had during the travels, started explaining like how, I would see and hear things from this creature and stuff and whatever. So I'm just gonna say, you know how I told you guys that I sometimes used to see and hear things at night when I was sleeping and even sometimes when I was conscious? Well, I had a dream that I was Balefire, and I think he knows we're here.
It's okay. Nora's has seen things too.
I shoot a dirty look over to Erkin.
You fuckers want to give me shit about these things that I saw. Fuck you.
There was literally one person who gave you shit. I believed you and said to keep watch.
I also believed you implicitly.
But that's true.
You're a cat. Shut up.
Nah, man, that we're
That
back
wore
to
off.
normal.
I'm back to zero.
So I think the things that the Raven was calling Reapers might be looking for us right now.
Do you know anything about these Reapers?
Or how to hide from him?
Whatever they are, I think they're stronger than Bastion was, and we nearly had to fight him.
I didn't get to test myself against Bastion. I can test myself against a Reaper.
What is everything that you saw? I want to hear everything.
I mean, I'll explain everything. I'm not gonna like hold anything
Yeah,
back.
that's fine. I just figured that I would ask that to get that out.
Yeah.
Because even though I might not believe Nors, I believe you because we traveled.
Right. Yeah. So I explain everything and tell them about that, and just through the discussion, it sounds like he's sending them east. I think maybe he thinks that we're fleeing off of the island. Unless he's not actually leaving the island. I'm not sure.
That's fine. They can go whatever direction we want. We'll go north. And Dell's loyalty's wavering, huh?
Yeah, on another note, I think we might be able to convince Dell to help us, especially maybe Kick Puncher might be able to do that because he seemed to like him.
They're punch buddies.
It's true.
Hey.
Well, let's keep heading north.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys are.
Plus, we got that weird guy and the chick traveling ahead of us.
Oh yeah. What does Pierre think of all this that I saw?
He's kind of looking at you with awe, and he goes, "My friends, if the Reapers are on our trail, then we will certainly be in trouble. Even with Pierre Beauregard Devereaux, we will be in trouble. We should move quickly."
Yeah.
Are the Reapers alive?
My friend, no one knows much. All I know is that no one has ever successfully stood against a Reaper.
Have they made a Reaper bleed? If it bleeds, you can kill it.
Has anyone unlocked their Patronus?
Yays is a badger, probably.
I would say it's a
It's
giant
like
elk.
50 animals. It's a giant elk. I agree.
Well, then
Can I roll a survival check to see if I can maybe track the people that I saw through the owl's eyes? See if I see signs.
Absolutely.
12.
So, I mean, now that you know what you're looking for, you definitely notice some faint signs. If you hadn't seen them through the owl's eyes, you never even would have picked up on it. But you definitely see some faint footprints here and there, one large and one small.
Nice.
Some looks like they went off the path a couple times and then back onto the path, and you're not sure why. But it looks like they're about 2 or 3 days ahead of you.
Can I ask another question to Pierre? I assume
Sure.
you've shared this information with us about the little girl and the guy.
Chris.
Chris.
Wait, say it again.
I assume you've shared the information that you've learned about
Yeah.
this with us.
Yep.
All right. So I want to ask Pierre about that. What do you think of this? What do you think of the chances that they're guards? It sounds like comic book to me.
They do not sound like guards. I mean, anyone that walks a path these days are very, very powerful, my friend. Very powerful. We should definitely be on our guard.
What reason what reason does anybody other than us have to go to the dwarves? It just seems strange to me.
My friend, I do not know.
All right.
Maybe they need a new hammer.
It's hammer time.
I can't argue with that logic.
wait. So you found like the tracks of the people? Did you show the
Yep.
tracks to us?
Yes.
Oh God!
I
Here
put
we
my
go.
hand on you and I apologize for
Aw.
making you.
Oh, you doubted him about the thing in the sky.
Yeah, you didn't.
I doubted him about everything. All right, let's be real. So just wanted to say my apologies.
Fine.
Are we gonna
Are
try to catch up
you-
to them, or are we gonna just try
That
to?
was just gonna be my question to you guys.
What do you think?
I don't know.
There are
You
3
said there
days
were two
ahead of
people?
us?
It's a young girl and a really tall guy with a large sword on his back,
He was
wearing a
a
red
regular.
cloak.
So
He's a regular sized guy with a big sword.
so the young girl is
I
the boss.
So it's a giant girl with a small sword.
My friend.
Yeah. I mean, do we think we should try to catch
I'm
up to them?
I'm down.
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah. Let's try to pick up the pace, I guess. Huh?
And I'll keep trying
Activating
to see a
side
mile
quest.
ahead.
All right, so you guys pick up the pace, um, for the next week or so, and you're about based on the travel time that you were given that you're maybe a week away from the northern volcano, but you've definitely closed the gap, and you think that if you push through tonight, you'll be able to catch them.
Nope. Terrible plan.
You're
We should definitely.
you're
We should.
confident that if you split the party, at least one of you will be able to catch them.
We should definitely do it then.
Yeah.
My
exactly.
movement speed is really high.
I
Cake Puncher
cast.
goes by
I
himself.
cast haste on Cake Puncher.
He goes and comes back.
Wait, that's actually not a bad idea. Can we get to the point where we're within? You said dim light doesn't affect your vision. Can we do this at dusk and get to the point where you can see them?
It's
And
a
then
DM
and then
call.
haste Kick Puncher and have him sneak up and scout it out.
Oh God.
I mean,
Yeah, so
I
you
can also go invisible.
Oh, there's that too. Yeah, I can haste you and you could go up and check it out.
So by my calculations, I can basically run a 2.5-minute mile.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Naruto running the whole time.
Because I have 55 speed, haste would double it, right? And then so
Yep.
that would make my dash speed double that.
Mhm.
Okay,
So,
yeah. So
yeah.
2.5-minute mile.
And then I can
if
also cast
you
jump
had
on you.
boots of speed.
Cast jump on me.
And then you can go triple your your movement distance. So you
Actually,
can
hold on. I can cast
jump a quarter
Long
mile.
Strider on you first, so that adds another 10 before all the other math happens.
And then if we cast jump and you jump at the hypotenuse.
I'm gonna need a
Well, you,
parabola here.
well,
I love all of
cast,
this.
hold on, guys. You guys are amateurs. So you cast jump on Kick Puncher. You also have Yay turn into a squirrel. Cast jump on Yay. Right. So Kick Puncher jumps at the apex. The squirrel jumps, changes back into Novstrid, and then he's got jump casted on him. And then you guys jumped right to the northern volcano. I'm pretty sure from here.
One shot.
This game is so broken.
We get the checkpoint, everybody else dies, and we respawn at the volcano.
Nice.
I'm on board. Let's do it.
All right. So what are you guys doing? So it's dusk now. Nor's let you guys know that they're reachable tonight. If you guys forego sleep and push on, then you definitely be able to catch them before daybreak.
It's
Have-
not worth
Have
it.
they been like I want to ask Norse. I assume you've been keeping tabs on them. Have they been like setting up camp? Like is it? Can we?
Have we
Are we
ever
gonna be able to like?
have we found some remnants of a
Yep.
camp or
So
something?
again, now that you know what you're looking for, you've spotted more and more signs, especially as you've gotten closer.
So if we get close enough, we could probably see a campfire or something. And
Are there any animals nearby? Because I can just use some magic.
There's plenty of animals nearby. Are you looking for something in particular?
I'm going to use by channel divinity and
There
any
are 9
animals I can.
animals.
No God.
All right, so I'm going to combine a couple things. My channel divinity.
remember,
They
we're
can
not
all make a
sleeping
wisdom.
tonight.
This is all short rest up, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
I'm just throwing the reminder out there. That's all.
And maybe you're not sleeping. I can just get dragged. It's fine. Anyway, so are you gonna have them do wisdom saves, or just assume that they're
They're
can
fine.
all
They're
become
woodland
charmed?
creatures. Yes, they're woodland creatures. They're fine. You are Snow
Okay.
White at this point.
All right, and I asked them if they've seen a big man and a big human and a little human walk by recently.
Which animal are you speaking to? Do you have an animal in mind?
I mean, what are my options?
Bat, owl,
bat, owl, squirrel, deer,
hare.
some kind of wolf. Yeah, rabbit.
So the druid subclass gives me speech of the woods, which I can speak, read, and write Sylvan, and I can also understand what animals, what are they communicating,
I could
based
just
on
cast
decipher
speak
the
with
noises and
animals.
motions.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is faster.
Okay.
Okay. So which of the animals are you trying to talk to?
Any of them, I speak to them in its fashion similar to one who gives a speech in an auditorium.
Okay. All right. So you have a small council of woodland creatures standing in front of you at this point.
Fag.
And the well, I'm sorry. What was your question again?
Have you seen or heard the crossing of a large human and a small human?
And the deer goes, "Yes, we sure did."
My
Unless
God,
it was goofy.
Did they feel
that's not
like
goofy.
predators?
I'm sorry. What was the question? I didn't hear.
Did they feel like they were predators?
And then the squirrel goes, "Yes, I ran away from them."
What about the rest of you lot?
And the wolf goes, "I fear no man." I hope these animals are helping you out, yeah.
They're not. They're useless. And I thank them and I
How
spread
about this?
some
Here we go.
food
Ready? The rabbit goes, "They look like they're approximately CR11." Is that better?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. You must have spent time around many an adventure. That was very helpful. I
He
feed it
looks
some
like
good
maybe
berries.
he wants a
So
carrot.
after this interchange, we still need to make a decision as to whether we're going to just catch up to them or not.
I still
lay
vote
out
yes.
10 good berries for the
Yeah, I mean,
animals to eat.
if you have something, if you have, I don't want to make it seem like the animals are not helpful. Yeah, that's a weird question for them to try to figure out because they're all going to have different opinions. I mean,
Well,
they can give you specifics, just they're all going to have a different opinion of what constitutes a predator.
do they smell like blood?
No.
Do they smell like people?
Yes.
I guess my question is getting around to is do they smell like they're undead or do they smell human and not something else masquerading as human?
No, they smell like people.
All right, I mean if they're humans, they're probably gonna be pretty easy to kill. It's fine. Thank you all for your time. I feed them all some good berries.
They all bow to you and then scurry off.
Oh, and if it wasn't noted, I burned a spell slot to make 10 good berries to feed the woodland thing.
And the wolf goes, "By the light of Sylvanas," and then runs away.
He was like, wait, no, come back.
All right. So do we want
And
to catch up to them or not?
I tell the party that they might just be normal people.
Yeah, but they may be normal people, but we have to find out why the hell they're out of the city and going to the dwarves. If
But
they're
is
not
it
dwarves
smart?
and they're not guards, then they have to be doing something strange.
But is it smart to approach them at night?
Maybe not, but
It's
I mean,
not
we
smart.
outnumber them.
Is that better?
We have Pierre Devereaux. He
We
can
have
do this by himself.
Exactly. Pierre, what do you think we should do?
My friends, Pierre Beauregard Devereaux is scared of no man.
See, we got
And
this.
definitely
What about
never-
little girl?
Definitely no little girl.
This is a problem. You need to be scared of me.
Yeah, but
now.
it's a moderately sized man with an above average sized sword.
He whips
I
his
can-
rapier out and he goes, "This is the only sword that Pierre Beauregard Devereaux needs. Big sword. I do not think so."
I might be able to use a sword. Just saying. Let's go.
Yeah, I think we should try to find a way to approach them. Maybe not sneak
Diplomatic.
up on them. Maybe I don't know, not scare them. I guess.
We got to get
Yeah.
there first. See what
I
we see.
propose I change into a horse and take one of you on horseback.
What if it
Ye
was
really wants one of you to ride him.
Why do we want to split? We shouldn't split the
The
party.
most
Let's just go
charismatic
together.
person,
what
preferably.
if we when we approached, right, we were on the roadway, we had Ye turn into a draft horse, and it was as if it was like a caravan approach, because then it wouldn't seem that strange that people are on the road.
Yes, that's what I was going for.
Yeah, I mean, do you think? I'm gonna ask Norris. Do you think we could get there? How long do you think it would take us to catch up to them on foot?
I think we could get there by midnight. DM, does that sound?
Sure, that sounds perfect.
There we go.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
We don't have to like exert any sort of like speed. It's just extra.
No, basically you're
Extra time.
getting extra time on them.
Okay. I say let's do it.
Let's go.
Down.
Has my charisma failed you yet?
All right, so
No.
can you guys clarify what the end plan was? Is someone riding Ye? Or
Pretend.
no, you guys are
Uh,
pretending to be.
Pretend to be a
I
Travelers,
caravan.
right?
can whip up a crappy little whole carriage to hook on Ye. And
I'm sorry, you're going to whip that together. I don't mind doing stuff. I feel like you don't nearly have the things that you need.
Material.
I have
We're gonna
Pinchy, who is
build
the
some
barrel.
wheels.
The barrel
It's
is
fine.
my
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no wheels. Like I mean, there's no like wood outside of tree. I mean, how much time are you guys gonna
That's
spend
true.
making a cart?
I mean, even the master craftsman takes a long
I
time
mean,
to
you
make
need to
small
have
things.
supplies more than anything else. Like you're lacking in supplies right now for something of that scope for sure.
All right, you
Alright, so
guys decide. I'm gonna get some chips.
All right, so I can
so as
also, if
you-
we need to, if we feel like we need to be even more disguised like a caravan, I can polymorph somebody else into another horse.
That's not
When we get
close.
closer, though.
Honestly, one horse with like saddlebags, like a torch or two, should be more.
Yeah.
Right?
Are we
Exactly.
going? Yeah, we're gonna make ourselves very known that we're approaching them. So that
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
and
don't,
Ye
we don't
can just
surprise
keep
them.
casting bonfire into the woods and set it all ablaze.
If you think Ye won't start a forest fire, you're not paying attention.
That's why I said this while he's up from the computer, so he doesn't get this idea. Cool.
All right, so
I'm
you
gonna set bonfire.
all right, so you forego your sleep, and you pushed off into the dark woods. I mean, you guys have torches lit. Like, I mean, you're pretending to be a caravan, basically, right?
Yes.
So you're not
Mhm.
being secretive.
Correct.
All right, and so you guys
Hope that
continue to
doesn't-
go. And what was it?
So let's hope that doesn't come back to haunt us.
Oh, it surely won't.
Nothing you guys ever do comes back to haunt you.
No.
All right, so you guys you continue afoot, and you hit about the time that Norris thought you should have caught up to them. And can I get survival checks from anyone who's proficient in it?
Yes.
Hell yeah. 12.
Hold on, I'm still 20 plus 2. All right. Ooh, 13.
Combined, that's 25.
It's fine. So you guys both. I mean, you're on the lookout for it, right? Because you know
Mhm.
approximately that you should be up to them. So you guys notice that right around the area that you're in, you see that they delved off the path, heading east through some shrubbery,
Mhm.
and they're definitely ahead of you. Are you going to follow them off the path?
We've come this far.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise it would have been a waste of a night. Right.
When we go off the path, should we still be looking like a caravan, or should we be maybe just a little bit more discreet?
I mean, can you tell how far away they are? Like how far off the path they've gone?
Not with those rolls, unfortunately.
Can you owl eye something and find it for us?
Um,
Or is that? Oh wait,
I
that's
can.
ritual. That takes like an hour to cast, isn't it?
It's
10
10
minutes.
minutes.
Oh. I don't know. Is it worth it? Do we need to?
Let's just go.
Okay.
What's the worst that can
Fuck
happen?
it. Fuck it.
We go with reckless abandon.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of reckless abandon, guess who left a candle burning in his living room without anyone being in there for the last 3 hours?
It's funny because we were just talking about Ye burning down the forest. And trying to burn out.
He's gonna burn down.
Ye cast bonfire in his house.
Remember, the whole point was to not give him the idea to do this.
Oops. All right, so you
God
guys,
works in mysterious ways.
you guys, so you're acting like a caravan, not acting like a caravan. Like, what's the updated plan?
At this point, it's hard to act like caravan and then go off the beaten path. That's even more suspicious. I feel like.
We'll just have to pretend that like we thought we saw something and decided to like investigate.
Does it
Make
look
sure
like
she's-
they've hastened their stride, or does it look like they're just
Nope.
walking off path?
Looks like they're just walking off the path.
All right, I still see.
Like I said, you've seen them. You know, Norris will remember that he saw a couple times where they left the path and then returned to the path.
Yep.
We've been spying on you for the last week and a half, and we just want to know if you're okay.
It's going to be
Just
a
checking.
Lockport PD, hands up.
Let's see. So I've got dark vision. Nostra, do you have dark vision?
I definitely do not.
Okay.
Someone's got
I
those
have
goggles.
I have goggles with dark vision.
Kick puncher.
I
Dark
do
vision?
not.
Is the
Yeah, wait a minute.
Urken sees everything in like an eerie green light.
So
I mean, I can
I
shift
guess-
to something.
How many
with
T-Rexes does
precision.
he see?
So I guess I should lead,
Yes.
and Erkin should bring up the rear so that he can kind of shout ahead. Yes? No?
I'm down with that.
Sounds good to me.
I
All right.
s- change into a giant badger and I follow you because now I have dark vision.
Excellent.
Or actually, or do you want to ride a giant lizard?
No, I do not want to ride a giant lizard through the forest, sneaking up on.
We're oh, you have 2 charges. Okay, we're good. Never mind.
I assume I rested. No?
No, you were just a horse. Remember?
Oh, I was away eating chips and not lighting my living room on fire.
You were a horse, and now we're going off the path. So, are you still a horse? Are you a badger? Or are you just regular you?
Oh, then I'll just be a horse.
Okay, we agree, so we do it.
You blew
All
up
right.
my plan. I wasn't gonna burn my last charge for like the lulls, so
Okay. Continuing on.
Okay, so you guys continue down the path, and you follow it for maybe maybe a mile or two off the trail, and you come to the remains of what looks like an ancient amphitheater. Right, so it's kind of sunken into the ground. There's stadium seating around the outside, and then staircases every 20, 30 feet or so. And then there's what looks like a stage set up near the front, and you see the 2 figures that you've been following. They're kind of crouched down in the center of the amphitheater, and they're talking quietly to each other.
Do they notice us
Right.
approach?
They have not noticed your approach yet.
I'd like to
Hey,
roll
guys.
a perception
You
check.
guys are about maybe like 50 feet away, 60 feet away, but they're focused on their own thing.
I want to roll a perception check just to see if I see anything else around the theater, sitting in the seats. Just,
Sure.
Also, wait, you said they're in the amphitheater.
Oh.
Are they like on the stage? Where are
Huh?
they?
No, they're not on the stage. There's like a flat area before the stage, and they're standing there.
I would like to ask Pierre something, but go ahead, Chris.
18.
So, I mean, what are you looking for specifically, Chris? You're looking for other like
Surprises,
creatures?
people, yeah, other creatures.
Nope, you just see these 2 figures standing in the center.
What were you gonna say, other Chris?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, okay. I want to ask Pierre, is there some sort of like sign or saying or something that the resistance has as a code to like identify other members of the resistance?
So, he goes, "Of course, my friend. How else would we know?" And he does it with excessive flourish. But basically, he puts like 3 fingers on his left shoulder from his right hand. He's like, "That is the salute of the rebellion."
Is it something that guards would recognize and like, or is it something that has still remained secret?
As far as I know, it remains a well-kept secret.
Okay. So I mean, we can when we approach, we can use that if we need to see if they're friendly.
Yep. I'll be right back. I need 30 seconds.
Okay.
I'm timing him. Hey guys, you know this amphitheater used to be a coliseum?
Was it?
Oh
Did
man.
they have beach bag tournaments?
I cast silence on Urkin.
Oh god.
So I
That's-
do have a way we could probably just sneak up on them super easily. I can cast blindness and deafness.
I'm sure that wouldn't piss them off in any way, shape, or form.
Question is, do they know that I'm casting it on them?
Well, I think the issue is afterwards when
Verbal
you
and
appear.
somatic.
I mean, it's verbal. It's not somatic. But the question is, like, if I successfully deafen them, do they hear me cast a spell?
They heard it
Every time.
before it happens. Yes.
Okay.
I'd
Like, you
rather
may
just.
forget what you heard.
I honestly have no idea. I will just accept
Yeah.
whatever.
I
you
mean,
say.
the spell cast happens before the spell, right? So
Mhm.
they hear it, but then they don't hear anything else.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd just say we shouldn't piss them off if we don't have to.
My thought wasn't even whether they heard it or anything like that. My thought was just like, oh, all of a sudden they can't
When it's
see or hear
done.
anything, and then everything's back and we're there. I'm sure they'd be like, I wonder why.
Who did it? It's a who done it if I've ever heard one.
So how do we want to approach this?
I mean, they're in the middle of the amphitheater right before the stage. I think that they'll see us going down the steps towards them, right? Like they're gonna know we're approaching.
Do we want to try to like have people sneak around to flank and just stay hidden until we can decide if they're friendly when maybe like one or two people approach?
I could just trot up in a very conspicuous horse and do a horsey dance.
Horse in an amphitheater.
Are there any other suggestions?
Can we explain that you're not the tank?
All
right,
right.
Remember what
Jay loves being a horse.
He also loves dying.
We have Pinchy approach. And if they attack Pinchy, they're bad. If they run from Pinchy, they're scared. And if they stay, they're stupid but good.
Let's just walk up to them and just talk to
That's-
them like normal people. They haven't shown any signs of like doing any
That's true.
weird
That
stuff.
I don't disagree with you, but that's why I'm saying like maybe like a couple people stay hidden.
Yeah, for sure.
So that we can, if we need to, we have an advantage or use that as leverage if we need to.
Yes,
I'm
whoever
down
are the
for
most charismatic people should go talk to them, which is not me. I have an 8.
I'm pretty sure
I
the
think
only
I'm literally
charismatic
the
person
only.
is
Yeah.
Seth.
Do you guys want to try to? Do you guys want
I
to
was
try
so
to?
close to having a
I'm
group of
not-
neckbeards.
Listen, I'm not gonna do stealth because I just cannot. But I will.
Okay. So I
just
mean,
be silent.
me and Erkin can walk up if the rest of you want to try to position yourselves. I mean, I assume it shouldn't be too bad, right?
Yeah, that sounds fine to me.
You got
I'm
a
like-
horse, a half orc, and a birdman.
A birdman. But my feathers are black, so I probably blend in really well, right?
Oh, there we go.
Wild
Everything's
horses
coming up
are a thing,
Millhouse.
It's fine.
Before the rest of the group disperses to do that, I want to practice the hand gesture and make sure I get it right.
Pierre looks at you reproachfully and he goes, "My friends, it's like this," and he does it again with like all kinds of extra flourish. Like,
Actually, yeah, you should take Pierre with you because I assume his charisma is like insane.
That is very
off the
true.
fucking charts,
Yeah, Pierre, you're coming with us. The three of us will go up. All right.
I mean, have you talked to Pierre? His charisma is off the chart.
Yeah, exactly.
But which side of the chart is it off?
That's for me to know, and you guys to find out in 3
Oh.
seconds.
All right, you guys good? You guys gonna go do that?
Yeah,
Sure.
I'll hide somewhere.
Okay, so
Let me
who's
just
going
give you-
down? Pierre,
Erkin and
Ezekiel,
Ezekiel.
and Erkin. Okay.
All right. So we kind of, I guess we kind of like cautiously approach, but not trying to be hidden at all.
Yeah, when I hide, I decide I choose like a spot that's like near a direction in which they're like coming from the opposite side. So like the people that they're approaching are like looking away from it.
Okay. All right. So as you
Alright.
begin, what?
No, good.
All right. So as you guys begin walking down the steps to the amphitheater, these two figures turn towards you.
I can't reach
So I
it.
said, what?
Sorry, I'm talking to you.
So as Norris had told you, one is a youngish looking man, maybe in like his early, or we'll say early 40s, late 30s. He's got like spiky blonde hair. He's got a long red trench coat. And he's got those anime ass glasses that somehow like glint white even though the sun is not out. Uh, got
Nice.
He's got an enormous great sword on his back. And then there is a kind of like, I mean, normal looking, but definitely like on the smaller side. So you would guess somewhere, 8, 9, 10 little girl sitting, standing next to him. And as you go forward, he goes, "That's probably far enough, friends."
I put like my hands out and stop everybody and say, okay, we're not, we'll stay here. What are you
And he
guys doing
goes,
all alone out here?
and the little girl whispers something in his ear. And he goes, "I know, I know." He's like, "You might want to get out of here. It's gonna get weird in about 40 seconds."
Giggity.
Yeah, let's take that off the table. We're not gonna leave, but we're also not gonna attack you. So,
he looks. He's like, "Don't you know who I am?"
I look over to Pierre. Should I know who that is?
Pierre kind of shrugs at you. He's like, I do not know.
I guess, am I supposed to?
He looks just incredibly insulted. And he's like, "Are you red trench coat, big sword? Look at the glasses, man. I'm Bash Flame Fist."
Oh God.
Christ's sake. I'm gonna roll deception and say, "Oh, right, it was just dark. I couldn't see you."
It's been 40 seconds.
Fuck beans.
He looks a little disappointed. He doesn't believe you.
I'm just gonna say, look, sorry, just not from around here.
Does anyone want to make a history check or any kind of other check?
Yeah, sure. Let's do a history check. Why not? Let's see if I can do something great for once. Ba-ba.
Can I just do like a general survival check? Like, is there anything like he said something's gonna happen in 40 seconds? Is there like anything like approaching from the outskirts?
Sure.
Holy shit! I got to roll.
Hey,
Nice.
you did a thing.
So you actually know who Bash Flame Fist is. So he is a self-proclaimed monster hunter. And even before everything that transpired 10 years ago, he had kind of traveled the area, boasting about all the monsters that he has vanquished.
In that time, what did he happen to vanquish?
I mean, so he claims to have killed, Leviathan, Phoenix, a couple Tarrasques, Moloch,
couple Tarrasques.
At the same time?
Balhaneth. So, no one is quite sure whether he is just half the society is convinced he's a braggart, and the other half think he's like a superhero.
All right. Well, then, with that knowledge in hand, I'm going to ask him, "What are you hunting?"
And he goes, "Well, you're about to be hunting it too in about 20 seconds." He's like, "There's a grave titan's gonna spawn right behind me."
You said that 40 seconds ago.
It's not real time. Stop it. He did not wait while you rolled.
All right.
And And now you start to see. You want to roll that survival check?
Yeah, 13.
Here,
Alright, so
I'd like to roll that as well, though.
Sure.
Oof.
So Kick Puncher, you can see that the center of the altar is starting to turn black.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna come
Not
out
altar.
from
I'm
the
sorry.
shadows.
Not altar.
Stage, yeah.
Stage. Thank you. Thank you.
I would like to completely ignore him in his warnings and just say, if you're hunting stuff, why do you have a like 8-year-old girl with you?
Oh, and he looks down. Oh, this is Ayana. This is my assistant. She can definitely take care of herself. Don't worry about it. And you can see that the blackness behind him, and he's like, "I'll make you guys a deal. You help me kill it, I'll split it with you." Grave Titan's eyes are very magical.
So whatever it's worth risking getting caught by Balefire's guards out here in the middle of nowhere.
If you don't want to be part of it, friend, just run away. I won't blame you. Not
I-
everyone can be a monster hunter.
I still don't believe anything he's saying. So
I run down to the stage.
Oh,
I
we're about to find out.
I follow the orc.
Yeah, I'm
Right,
also heading
so-
that
I'm
direction.
gonna see them
Why
and be
is
like,
our
what?
horse
I'm gonna
trotting
like
behind me?
start like waving at them like, guys, back! What the? Stop it! What are you doing? This isn't the plan.
We're here to help.
I said help, and I start walking towards him.
Yep.
Fuck it.
And you
Let's
guys,
go. And I pull out my hammer.
and you guys can see that behind him, a creature has begun pulling itself out of the center of the stage. And it is. Can someone roll me? I'll just take some perception checks. See how much we can pull about this thing.
Haha. Well, I'm gonna flip the switch in my goggles. You see.
I don't know shit. It's too dark.
16.
Wow.
I'm gonna take 50.
Looks like 16 is the highest.
16.
All right, so Nostrid, you recognize it as matching a description of a grave titan. It's about 15 feet tall. It pulls itself out of this inky abyss. It has two brightly glowing green eyes. And you can see that in the center of its stomach, basically, it looks like a writhing mass of zombies that are like kind of like half hanging out of its body. And Bash Flamefist turns around casually and pulls his giant sword off of his back, and he holds up his hand for everyone to wait. And then magically, you hear a hard beat come out of nowhere, and you're not sure what's going on. And then he starts sprinting forward. You can roll for initiative.
Finally.
Is
new
that
feature.
why Aeon is with him?
Are
She's
you
the DJ.
kidding me? You fucking kidding me?
I'm still
Wow.
in horse mode.
With that
Oh my
advantage too.
Yep.
Yeah, it's still not great.
Oh my god, there's so many people.
And suddenly Heather appears,
I've been telling you guys the whole time.
and then suddenly the Raven.
Oh, they all died. All right, Norris, what'd you get?
7. Fuck.
All right, Ezekiel,
13.
Hurricane,
4.
Kick Puncher,
13.
Nostrid.
5. Still in the horse mode.
Oh no.
Let me roll for PCs.
Because I'm not Circle the Moon, so in theory it takes an action to shift back out, and I never did.
Yeah.
So we're horse mode.
Yeah, man, you
You
got
should attack as a horse.
some pretty good stir there.
Pretty good stir.
I mean, it's not bad. It's he's got +4 to strength, plus my proficiency, it's +7 to hit.
Yeah. Good old. I mean, it's an extra 19, 20 hit points. Armor class 10 though.
So, are the zombies in the gut gonna attack us?
No.
I hope so.
Did Will disconnect?
No, I'm here. Sorry. I'm
He's rolling
calculating stuff.
initiative and stuff.
yeah. All right. I'm gonna dump you guys in the roll 20.
Oh baby.
That's a big boy.
Wait, shit, yeah, he's huge. What the fuck? Oh, Bash. Let's see. Which
All right. You guys
direction?
are all behind him.
Yeah, I mean,
I assume the
Yes,
three of
I'd
us were
say-
like right here.
Yeah, you guys are right there, and then I think Crispy said he was hiding off to the side. So I'll say
yeah, I'm gonna come in from the
there.
side.
Where's
I did
horse?
say.
No,
I
oh, no,
ran
sure, it's
down
not a
there.
horse.
I don't have a horse icon, and I don't know
Oh.
how to like search for one.
I forgot that the enemy has to go. Hold on. Ugh. All right, so Bash has pulled free his giant greatsword, and he starts sprinting towards. Wrong layer. Starts sprinting towards the bad guy,
Yo, if
Brave
this
Titan.
this dude's gonna get like one shot or something.
I hope so.
And he leaps forward with a slash, and he screams, "Blind Behemoth, bolting Lotus!" And slams his sword into the body of the Green Titan. Let me pull up. I have so many character fucking sheets open right now.
Wait,
Where is this? Where is this thing? Right, here he is. Alright, so he is going to roll to hit. He gets 1, 2. So he swings twice. The first one landing. And he does. You guys had to fucking take Pierre with you, didn't you? He does 12 damage. And then he glows with an inner light and attacks 2 more times.
Jesus.
nice. Ooh, he hit.
Oh hell
And
yeah!
hits twice.
All right, Pierre, you're out.
For 23 more damage.
Wait, that's not Pierre that attacked it, is it?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm saying Pierre's out because we're replacing him.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
He blurs with
and
his sword blows like some kind of
I'm-
human typhoon.
Scurries back. Alright, and we are to either Ezekiel or Kick Puncher.
I think you should let me go first.
Go for it.
I'm gonna cast haste on Ezekiel. I mean on Kick Puncher.
What does that give me again?
Double attacks, plus 2 AC.
An extra attack action every turn, plus 2 AC. Advantage on deck saves. Actually, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Do I have? I can't remember which one I took. Give me 1 second. I do have it. Okay. So I'm going to cast that. And then I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points to quicken a spell, which then I can use another spell as a bonus action. And I'm going to cast blindness on the Titan, and he needs to
Okay.
make a DC 14 con save.
Ooh.
And then you roll on the wild magic table.
I have to roll on the wild magic table twice.
Nice.
Do it.
Okay. Hold on. I need to take my spell slots away. What is haste? It's 3. Okay.
You know what, Seth? Why don't you roll on that table anyway?
You're gonna make me do it anyway.
Yeah, it seems like a good time.
Okay. Which table am I rolling on? The official one?
Yeah, you can roll on the official table.
Okay. I don't have it open. Do you have it open? I'll find it if you don't.
I
I
got
don't
my
have it open.
player's handguide.
Is
in
this
front of
just
me.
Tides of Chaos?
I'll get it. That's fine.
Oh, that's right. I can't make you do it because you haven't done Tides of Chaos yet.
Oh, that's right.
I forgot about that. Thank you, Jay.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that gives me a
Never mind.
chance to get it open then. And then I'm
all right.
going to move over here. I think I can do that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep, I can do that. And that's my turn.
All right, Kick Puncher. You are hasted.
Wow! I'm gonna run super fast up here and just take, I assume like 7,000 attacks or something.
Yeah, I think it's 8, right?
Maybe. Do I get I only get one bonus action for the entire round, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of the number of regular attacks. Okay. Well, anyway, so first set of attacks.
Also, the extra action I give you has to be an attack action.
Gotcha. So 16 probably. Oh well. I assume 16 doesn't probably hit. Maybe it does. I don't know.
I'm sorry. 16 does hit, yes.
Oh, it does. Nice.
Trying
All
to
right.
plan through all my turns.
I'm just gonna do all my attacks before I do any damage. So that'll be the first attack. I can actually add one more unarmed strike. Oh no, that would be the bonus action. Oh, I'll just do the second attack now. So 20 and and a crit. All right.
The crit
s-
definitely hits.
Yeah. So let's roll the damage for these. So let's see. It's a d6 plus 4. So that's 5, 9, and then 2, 6 plus 4, another 9. So that's 18 plus 5, 23. And then for my bonus action, I will do a key point for Flurry of Blows, which will give me 2 more attacks. And a 19 does actually hit, which is good. So another d6 plus 3. So another 7. So that's 30 total damage so far. And since Flurry of Blows hit, I can do. Where is that thing in here? My open hand technique. Let's just make it so that he can't take a reaction until the end of my next turn.
Go for it.
See, fall prerogative, or if it feels. It just says I can just make it happen. It doesn't say there's any check or anything.
Oh, okay. What skill is that?
That's open hand. That's just part of the open hand
Oh,
technique.
part of it, man. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, so it can't have reactions until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
And then I'll move back.
So what was your total damage? I'm sorry.
30.
Solid turn. All right, we move to my friends. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put Pierre
I
on
was
the
gonna
board.
say no token.
Oh my god. How dare I?
Oh,
That's a fantastic
beautiful,
cat.
beautiful.
All right, so Pierre scurries up right next to Bash. He gives him a knowing grin. And then he strikes out with his rapier.
Come on, Pierre, show us these amazing halfling techniques.
That's,
+9 to hit.
Yeah. All right, it's a pretty good sword, I guess.
And then he does. Wow, nice job, Pierre. But
Because he has a very
does
tiny
get-
sword.
He does get sneak attack.
Oh.
Did you make him a rogue?
I don't know if you notice a trend here. So 19
What
damage.
that you hate having rogues in the party, but you love playing them?
I get every rogue besides the ones you have. And I'm sorry, give me a second here. And then he turns around and shouts behind him, and he says, "And that is how we do it, like Pierre Beauregard Devereaux." He jams his rapier in the ground and dramatically flourishes his hat. And anyone within 60 feet of him has bardic inspiration.
Hell yeah.
Could
That
you
should
add
be
a
every.
D4 to everything? Is that it?
It's 1d6 for do an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Nice.
This can be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome, which you guys already have a pretty good idea on some outcomes. So
And you only have one, right?
yeah, you only get one. All right, Nofstrid. Nope, Norse. Sorry.
I'm gonna howl in a rage, run up here, and take a reckless attack. I'm assuming the 22 hits.
Nice.
A 22 definitely hits.
Let's give you some damage there. 14. And then a
So
second.
reckless attack only affects.
I already did it.
your
Look, one
first-
die. We had
Oh,
this discussion
okay.
before you got on,
Yeah.
but I still hit.
I had to figure out how to nerf you somehow. Yes, you still hit.
There
Wait
you go.
till you see all the fucking psychic damage this guy does. What was your total?
28.
28.
Okay. Nice.
Also, if you want, since he doesn't have a reaction, you can move away and he can't opportunity attack you.
That is 100% true.
I don't move away.
All right.
Pierre moves
appreciate
Just
away.
giving you the option.
Pierre moved away. He's brave, not dumb.
I'm dumb. It's in front of me. It must die.
Yep, that's you playing you. All right, Nofstrid.
No.
All right, I'm still in horse mode. I'm gonna run right here, and I'm gonna try to kick him.
Yes.
Why?
Yo,
Our
he's
Clop
got
Clop is
bonus
loving
strength.
it right
I think that's the only attack that a horse has, right?
12.
now. That misses.
Okay, excellent. And then I'm gonna use my last 5 movement to put myself right here.
Wow.
We're
Professional
bashing the
D&D
horse.
player.
Urken.
All right.
The fact that no one has jumped on the back of Nofstrid is incredibly disappointing.
It's almost come out of my mouth several times.
All right. So we're gonna run up with hammer and shield in hand, and we're just gonna smash him with my hammer.
Smashy, smashy, that hits.
All right. And we're gonna do it again. Oh baby.
Nice.
Also hits.
And then we're gonna channel arcane energy out of that hammer right back into this fucker. And then that is the end of Erkin's turn. Mr. Pinchy is gonna come up, bring up the rear, and he's gonna pinch.
As he do.
As he do. Oh, I don't think he was successful.
No, I'm sorry, it is not successful.
Fuck you, Mr. Pinchy.
That's a lot of armor for some guy that's basically shirtless and super tall.
He has natural. I'm sorry, 14 is not a lot of armor. It's natural armor.
He has a lot of con, not armor.
Also, AC isn't just like your actual.
Yeah. I mean, he's just big.
He's
To be fair,
just big.
I am also shirtless and have a better AC than him.
All right, finally, it's the fucking bad guy's turn. So he screams in rage and thrusts his stomach towards. Who would be a good person? Let's do this. What is the tooltip thing again? Snap the center, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we bring Ezekiel into the mix a little bit here? He
Nah.
probably gets picked on.
Nah.
So,
Good.
I'm good.
plus 12 to hit.
I'm-
Plus
Wait,
12.
what?
But I'm like right here though. You can't get me.
Oh, you
Actually,
actually rolled fairly low.
He has range up to 240. So,
Jesus Christ.
all right. Does an 18 hit you?
Nah.
No, really.
No,
Does it
no.
really?
Hold on. It does, but I might have a reaction. Hold on. Wait, where's my one reaction spell?
Is it shield?
It is. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
I'm
plus
gonna
5.
I'm gonna go ahead and reaction that.
Okay.
Let me
so
make
you're
sure.
gonna cast shield.
Let me make sure that it actually does something before I do it. What even is my
believe it
AC?
does.
Yeah, it's plus 5 AC.
No, that would do nothing because if it meets, it beats. So that would make it exactly 18. Okay, so what happens to me? That hits.
It's 32 damage.
Oof.
So a pile of zombies
Jesus.
launches out of this thing's stomach and slam into you. Just the bodies hit you. And you are dismayed to see 4 zombies rise up off the ground. Oh my god, this is gonna be so much fun. So happy with where we are right now. Whoa.
You're just playing yourself because now you have to do
Oh
4
yeah,
more
man, there's
initiatives.
a million fucking guys. Yeah, I'm gonna give Ye a run for his money with his 29 enemies. Okay, that is the enemy's turn. So we are back to Mr. Bash, and he goes, "Ayana, change the beat." Let's see.
I fucking knew it. I knew that's why she was here.
Drop a fat beat, bitch.
And you hear the sound from the forest stops, and he holds his hand up, and everyone waits for this ad to be done.
So she's basically Lucio.
Audio medic.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Oh, this wasn't the right one. Sorry.
Suddenly.
So would you
I
consider
just took
your
a
zombie?
DNA test.
Would you consider the zombie ball to be an ordinary projectile?
It means
No.
bludgeoning.
So if I made a wall of rising wind, would that protect us in any way from the wall of zombies?
It would not. No. All right, and then Bash raises his greatsword again and screams, "Twin crane coming, Fang!" and slams back into the bad guy. But this time, as his sword lands, you notice that it glows a shimmering green color. And let me roll my. So many things. +9. And once again, you can see his body glowing white. Alright, so he hits 3 times.
Good God.
For... And then the green off his sword seems to do extra damage. So 49 damage total.
Jesus.
Why am I even here?
I look at him and wink.
Gives you those anime ass glasses, and the white, they turn white.
Thank you, Trigun. Thank you, Trigun.
All right, Ezekiel, you're back up. So you have a bunch of zombie friends.
All right. I'm going to.
Fireball yourself.
Do not do that.
I'm going to cast Thunder Wave.
Ooh, nice.
All those zombies around me have to make a DC 14 con save.
All right, let me grab their con. Yeah, I did play myself because now I got more to do. One fails. What is the thing?
14.
Save is 14.
Right, so we'll say that this one and this one failed.
Okay. So the two that failed are knocked away 10 feet and take half damage.
They take half damage?
Yep.
Or they take all the damage if they failed?
Yeah. Or rather, yeah, the two that succeeded take half damage
And aren't pushed.
and are not pushed.
Yeah.
And then I am going to quicken again. Or hold on. Real quick. And then I'm going to quicken again and cast
So just as a side note, before you waste spell slots, I thought even with a quicken spell you can only do one cantrip and one full
Yeah,
spell.
You can never do one. You
turn.
can never do two
Oh,
spells.
then I messed up last time. I thought it was you could do 2 spells.
No, you can only. Yeah, you can only do one cantrip and one spell.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's like super powerful.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's double fireballs all the time.
Yeah. When you disengage, do you have to disengage from one, or can you disengage from anything that's next to you?
It's an action.
Right. I thought it was a replacement of your move action.
No, it's a full action.
All right. Well, never mind.
Why is the sound going in and out?
What?
Is it my turn?
Yeah, I think it is. Hold.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just waiting to hear what the last thing that said was going to do.
Yeah.
was.
Sorry, Sierra was talking to me in the middle of that.
No worries.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I was deciding whether or not I wanted to move, but I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna
Don't
move
you
over
worry,
here.
Daryl.
Can I drink a spell? Is drinking a potion a bonus action?
No, it's an action.
Okay, never mind that.
Well, I'm gonna
I
move
think
over
I'm
here and
dead.
attack this dude. Dead.
Maybe dude, that last hit was like 3/4 of my
Yeah.
health.
Okay.
Don't you worry, you're not dead. I got you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna attack this dude.
Okay.
Does a 13 or a 19 hit?
They both hit.
Huzzah! 6 plus. 6 plus 4. So that's 17 damage. How is he looking?
He looks like he's on his last leg.
Alright, I'm gonna take my bonus action right now and just do a regular unarmed strike.
Okay.
Do 20 plus 7. I was like, yeah, that's gonna hit.
That hits,
And
yeah.
another 7 damage.
All right, he goes down.
All right, and then I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to go. Let's see, how much did I just expend? It's like 45. So yeah, I should be able to get right up there. And I'm gonna attack this dude with my hasted action.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a crit. Does an 11 hit?
It does hit, yep.
Alrighty. So that is blue 17 damage.
Okay.
And
He's on his last leg.
all right. That is the end of my turn. However.
Okay, we now move to Pier. So Pier will attack the zombie that's in front of him. I messed up Pier's. Angry at myself. For 19, which hits. What the fuck, Pierre?
Looks like Roll20 just dumped me.
Yeah, I
Good.
just got some delayed rolls from.
Yeah, I think we all did.
But yeah, solid rolls from Pierre right there.
All right. We move to
Fuck, I
Norse.
forgot I. Also,
Yeah, I
everyone
realized
remember.
I gave him 2 weapon fighting, but he only has 1 weapon.
Also,
You
everyone
said it.
remember you have bardic inspiration because I forgot.
I remember. My turn, you said? Will?
It's your turn. Yep.
All right. 23, I'm assuming hits.
Hits. Yep.
9
Oh, that's rough.
and 27.
That hits. Yeah.
19 total damage.
Man, those die rolls were kind of
It's
unfortunate.
shitty.
All right. Nostrid.
I'm back. Am I
All
dead?
right.
Horse Lord.
I'm
He's gonna
I'm
run to Seth so Seth can jump on his back.
Am I dead?
You're not dead. No.
no, I'm trying to measure out distance.
Did I take any damage while I was gone?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
No, enemies haven't gone yet.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm gonna kick. I'm gonna try doing a kick on the Zombo right here. 13.
13 hits. Yeah.
I did something, guys. 7 damage.
He's still standing.
I did something, guys.
Where's that horse bite?
All right, Urken.
All right. Just want to see how this works before I commit to it. All right. Yeah. So I hold up my shield towards Ezekiel, and a bright light emits, and I cast Sanctuary on top of Ezekiel. So anything that attacks him needs to pass a DC 15 DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
Nice.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
And then I'm going to use the magic of my hammer to smash the giant golem.
That hits.
What spell was that? I don't want to read about it.
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
And then I'm going to use Arcane Jolt, but instead of doing that to damage the golem, I'm going to use that to heal Ezekiel.
Oh.
So plus 4 health to you.
Hell yeah.
And then it's Pinchy's turn to redeem himself. Huzzah!
That
He,
hits.
he is the most excited Pinch that you've ever seen in your life.
This is the first time he's hit in a while.
I know. My rolls today. So it's until you attack or I lose concentration, Seth.
All right, it's the enemy's turn.
Wait, don't you have a
Fun.
shield?
Yes.
I don't think you can cast that, but we'll go with it.
Why? It's because I'm an artificer, I can cast it. It's my focus.
I don't get too hung up on that stuff. So.
Yeah. I think you need warcasting in order to be able to cast somatic stuff.
I
with,
also have warcasting.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
Then
I
never
have
mind.
both these things.
All right. I didn't know you had
All right,
warcasting
so
too.
the Titan is going to take 2 greatsword swings at Urken. So first one hits for a 25, I assume. Is a 16 hit?
The 25 hits, the 16 does not.
Okay. Does 34 damage.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
All right, this Zombo is going to attack
The horse.
Noptra the horse. Yes.
Ace and 10.
He probably hopes that the zombie does the 19 damage necessary to kick him out.
The zombie crit. What the fuck? All right. Does 9 damage. Good job, Zombo. Alright. This zombie is going to attack. No, attack fucking Kick Puncher. Kick Puncher never gets attacked.
You can sure
always-
try.
He always runs away.
You couldn't attack Ezekiel with the sanctuary thing on there.
Well,
You-
he can
you
certainly
can.
try.
Oh, you could try, but he's got to pass the saving.
19.
That actually does. I have 19 AC right now.
These zombos, though.
7 damage. Hey, listen, if the fucking other guy did as good as the Zombos do. Alright, and, this zombie
I forgot about that
is
one
going
down there.
to slide over. Ion. And miss.
Wow.
All right, we are back to the top of the order. Mr. Bash. He having to go back to back. All right, so Bash, seeing that Ion is in danger, is going to
Ignore her.
Yeah, I'll save her, buddy.
he's now 40 feet. How far is that? Perfect. He is going to take the opportunity attack from the Grave Titan.
You absolute dumbass.
Maybe I'll crit twice. Maybe.
Nope, that's not how things work. 21 hits him for 28 damage.
Good lord. I assume that just melts that zombie.
No, that was he took the opportunity attack from the Grave Titan.
Oh, right.
Alright, then he will swing his sword twice at this zombie. You notice that his greatsword is now glowing bright white. For a 29 and a 17, which both hit. I don't know why I'm bothering to roll this, but
I'm just gonna
for
ask.
21 damage.
On the
That
off
zombie goes
chance
down.
the undead fortitude save.
Yeah. I only do that when I think it's going to matter.
Fair enough.
Alright, so we now move to Ezekiel's turn.
For the record, that works for opportunity attacks too.
Seth?
He dead.
I mean, since we had the same initiative, I could just go if you want me to.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well, I will attack this little dude right here. 18
That
hits.
hits. Yep.
So 6 plus 4, 5. Is he still alive?
Nope, he goes down.
Cool. Then I'll use my movement to go up here and attack this dude with the second attack. Well, the second part of my first attack. And 22. So d6 plus 4. That's 10. Is he still alive?
Nope, he goes down too.
Fuck it. Let's just keep making my way up. All right. All right. Then with my hasted action, let's do a 20 and a 25. Those both hit, right?
Yep.
So let's see. So let's just do 2d6 plus 8. So that's 16 damage. Then I will do a flurry of blows. 6. Ooh, that didn't hit. That one does though. D6 plus 3. So that's 7 more. So that's 23 total. And because flurry of blows hit, I can use my open hand technique. Let's do the whole prone thing. Yes, it'd make a DC 14 Dex save.
Dex or strength?
Dex.
Oh yeah, he's not very dexy. Nope.
So
He's on
he
his-
is now prone.
He's on his butt.
And I didn't expect much movement to get up here. I don't think. I was like 20. So yeah, I'm gonna just head like over here. And that's my turn.
Okay, Seth, are you back? Okay. I guess we'll just skip him for now.
Hold his action.
He'll hold his action, yeah. Pierre is going to shoot back forward. And he is going to poke his rapier into that sweet soft spot.
He does have advantage too if you want to try for a crit.
Oh, that's true, thank you.
And wouldn't it be a sneak attack as well?
It will be, yeah.
Oh,
So 13,
didn't help Pierre.
so 30 damage. Listen, when he's got sneak attack, he can make it work.
Yeah, that's true.
Seth, are you back?
Yeah, sorry, I had to go help Sierra again.
No, that's
No
okay.
worries.
You're up. We
Okay.
skipped you temporarily, but you're back.
Okay. Yeah, she hurt her back, so she needed some help before bed.
Oh.
Anyway. All right, so all the zombos are dead. It looks like.
Yep.
All the zombies are dead.
Who killed those?
That's what I do. That was me.
Nice.
I mean, team effort. Everyone did a little damage here and there.
Then I mean, I guess since trying to see if I could I'm gonna cast a fireball like here so that it doesn't hit, or just I'm just catching it in a way such that it doesn't hit any of my allies.
Lame.
I'll take the hit.
Yo, Rabia is disappointed.
If I had to, I would, but I don't have to, so I'm not going to.
You can cast it on my side. I have advantage on dex saves and the thing that makes it take half or no damage.
Y'all
Hey, that's
really
me
want to
too.
get hit by my fireball.
I think what you should do is not hit the Grave Titan and just drop it like maybe like right here,
Yeah, probably.
You may kill
Um,
Erkin if you
right
do
on
this.
top of
but-
Pierre.
The Grave Titan needs to make a DC 14 save.
What kind of save?
Dex, I
Dex.
assume. Does that change at
Wait,
all?
he's
It's-
prone though, right?
I think I have
prone.
disadvantage.
Yeah,
correct?
he actually
Disadvantage.
just. I think he might. Yeah, it's just.
Oh, did he go prone? That's
Yeah.
bad.
I knocked him prone.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Oof.
takes the full brunt of that fireball.
What's that?
He's bathing that fireball.
66.
8d6.
Ooh, oh, that's right. Different level. Oh.
36 damages.
Pierre looks very impressed.
And anything that's flammable, which is probably not much in a stone coliseum, is lit on fire.
Nope. Yeah, not much. The zombie's kind of light on fire a little bit there in his belly. All right, so Ezekiel went. So now we're to Norse.
All right, so this is not a reckless attack. I'm just using it because of the prone figure for advantage.
Nice. Oh, rip.
Wait, let me roll a d6.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Inspiration, though.
D6. 14?
14 hits.
Nice. All right.
Thanks, Pierre.
17 damage. Let's do my next attack. Fuck.
That misses.
All right, I'll take
Well,
17.
no, you still get advantage, though, because he's prone.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yes.
There you go.
There we go.
What was the total damage?
29. How's he looking?
You're chipping him down.
Fuck.
He looks angry.
What does that mean exactly?
Chipping him down.
Can we get that rabbit back here
I
to
mean,
give
he's-
his analysis on the state of this?
I mean, he's a giant monstrosity. So, I mean, nothing that you recognize as human injuries. All right, Nostrid, Horse Lord.
I'm gonna kick him in the face.
Oh, God.
Always a strong choice.
Don't forget the advantage.
That's
Wait.
why he went in.
I
Oh
should
wait,
just
I hit,
end this.
I
and,
hit the wrong thing. Hold on.
I should just end this and polymorph an Nostrid.
I'm
Yeah,
him back into a furbolg.
20. So yeah, 10 damage,
But 10 damage. Okay.
The problem
Nice.
is. Oh, sorry.
and then I'm gonna just take the opportunity attack and scurry on.
He's prone.
He's prone.
Yeah, you're fine.
I thought you can still take opportunity attacks.
Yeah,
from
it might be
prone.
with disadvantage. Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just with disadvantage.
Yeah. Hold on.
The problem with polymorphing Nostrid is that anybody who can shapeshift naturally can just ignore it.
I mean, you can turn me into a T-Rex. I'll definitely.
I don't know, actually know. I gotta look it up. I don't know what TRX's CR is.
Yeah. So it's
CR8
CR8.
You can
Okay,
roll it
next
or
level.
CR6.
against you.
Oh, 6. Then I should be able to.
Does that 15 hit you?
It does.
He has a 10 AC.
That's right. Take 23 damage.
Wow, you're finally
Alright.
free of being a horse.
You can make opportunity attacks while prone.
You just do it with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Mm.
It actually technically doesn't say anything about being disadvantaged on dex saves either, but I mean, it kind of does make sense. I don't
Makes
know.
sense. You're not very
Yeah.
movable when you're on the
Yeah.
ground, so
Yo, you can
Yeah.
roll with the most dexterous abilities.
you actually
You're
get
breakdancing.
fire attacks. Yeah. You're already stopped and dropped and rolling. All right, so you still a horse, yay, or you transferred?
No,
out?
I'm out of horse.
All right, Erken, you are up.
All right, so I'm gonna cast Searing Smite, which means that the next time I hit a creature with a melee weapon attack during this duration, my weapon is going to be very, very bright, and it's gonna cause the monster to turn on fire. And I'm going to use the magic in my hammer to do just that. Oh, or not. Jesus Christ.
D6, D6, D6. You haven't used your inspiration.
That's true. But I have to get a 6? Yeah.
You never
There's
know.
a chance. Oh,
Ooh.
Close.
Well, it's okay. We have next time.
Mhm.
And then
Mr.
there's always
Pinchy?
Mr. Pinchy. Mr. Pinchy, go! Hey! Pinchy is going to do his damage, and he's also going to do Arcane Jolt to heal me, because I'm dying.
Nice.
Max damage or max healing.
Max healer.
Hey.
All right, so what was it? It was 8? Or no, it was healing. Okay.
Well, it was, yeah.
10 damage.
10 damage. All right.
And that is it.
All right. Enemy's got to make something good happen. All right, so our friend is going to do his hurl zombies attack again.
Wait, does he have to get up first?
He stands up.
Yeah.
Then he does his hurl zombies attack. And he's going to do it to Ezekiel again.
No,
That's so rude.
don't.
26.
No.
If only you hadn't have attacked.
For 32 damage.
I'm down.
And
It's just
No
because I
bueno.
taunted him all weekend that he could never hit me. It's a punishment.
and once again, 4 zombies arise from the grave.
It's either he only hits you or he doesn't hit you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Alright. Bash says, all right, Ayana, that's enough. You know what I need.
Whoa.
whoa.
That escalated quickly.
I sit down, get
Weird
some
guys.
popcorn, and get ready to watch.
Mm.
Gonna dim the lights and light a cigar.
Oh, here we go.
Hold on. So hard, so many things.
I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight because I'm gonna have to binge watch Trigun.
Yeah, it's been
Alright,
like
so he
20 years.
Yep.
dashes back forward and slams back into the enemy, screaming, Silent Frost Seal! And he is going to attack twice. And at this point, his sword is like a beam of light. Plus 9, so 28, 21, 27, 17, 4 hits.
Jesus.
So has anyone else taken damage besides just me and Ezekiel?
I took
Uh,
damage.
Yeah.
He does,
I took 7, but that's like nothing.
does
If you're,
37 damage.
if you're gonna cast some kind of like radius based heal or something, I can just get in range.
And
Yeah,
as his sword hit,
I'm gonna do a thing.
bright beam comes down, and he's gonna make a con save, which he's great at, unfortunately.
But he failed.
It takes half damage.
So this, I'm presuming this guy is classified as a undead, right?
14. Yes, he is undead. Yep. All right. Ezekiel.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta roll
You're
a death
up.
save.
Okay. Is that a fail or pass?
That's a.
Oh shit! I didn't see your roll.
I don't see
Yeah,
your roll.
yeah, I can't see the roll.
Oh, lovely. I got a 10.
Is it above a 10?
I got a 10.
That's a
8.
pass.
Okay, I'm gonna reconnect to roll 20.
Okay. Kick puncher.
So, does the big guy look
He looks pretty crappy at this point.
pretty crappy, huh? Alright, well, I'll run over here and do some punches and kicks and stuff.
Hits.
First attack,
Hits.
second attack. I'll also flurry of blows. Alright. Oh, one missed.
Oh, by the way,
Alright.
as soon that you don't have haste anymore, by the way.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. So ignore 2 of those.
The one that missed.
No. I mean, the last 2 are going to be the flurry of blows. We'll just ignore 2 of the hits. Yeah, you're right. So let me see. So 26 plus 8. So that's 11. 2d6 plus 6. Oh, wait, no, just 1d6. 6 plus 3. Yeah. So that's 17 damage, and let's try and knock him prone again. Another DC 14 dex save.
Did you guys see my weird roll thing there?
Yes.
Okay.
Ugh.
So he is knocked prone yet again.
You
And
know
I'll
what?
just
He
walk
doesn't
back
have
here.
any. He doesn't have any decks. Do you mind?
I do.
What was your total damage?
18.
Nice. All right. He looks like absolute garbage. Like bits and pieces are falling off of him. And it is. Who's the fuck's turn? Is it Norris?
Pierre
Oh,
or
Pierre's
Norris?
turn. Pierre's turn.
Do
Pierre,
it, Pierre.
help!
Do it.
Damn it!
Pierre.
No,
I was
Pierre
gonna
needs
I
kill it.
know. Pierre's
was
gonna
gonna
kill
kill a guy.
Steel.
I want to see it because I want him to brag about it for the next 2 weeks.
No.
Oh, he missed. Oh, he's got advantage. Oh, wait, whatever. 1d8. Never mind. Fucking see if he crits. No, but he hits though. So he does 10 plus 8. So Pierre streams forward, runs right up this guy's legs and torso, and plunges his rapier deep into the Grave Titan's brain, dropping him to the ground.
Do the 4 zombies disappear when that happens?
Yes,
Okay.
sure. I don't want you guys to fight 4 zombies. And
I was going
as,
to try to turn undead the giant motherfucker.
Oh.
as the Grave Titan falls to the ground, Pierre does a jaunty backflip off of him. And he goes, "My friends, Pierre Beauregard Devereaux saves the day once again. My heroics will be known far and wide after today." And he strikes a heroic pose with like 1 foot up on the Grave Titan. Oh my god,
You know that this is a team effort, Pierre.
My friends, yes, you are my team and you put in a great effort.
God damn
So Bash sheathes his enormous sword after wiping kind of the undead ichor off of it, and Ayana runs up, and they walk around to the head of the Grave Titan.
I assume we'll also heal Ezekiel while it's happening.
Oh no, I figure you guys are just gonna let him die. Someone want to stabilize him?
And I got a medicine kit.
Put a good berry in his mouth.
That works.
I mean, Nasser should have some heals, so
I healing word him for 5.
there we go.
I'm alive.
And then once he's actually up, I'm gonna do prayer of healing once I can find the map. And 15 to everyone.
Nice.
Thank God.
All right, so they're over by the thing's head. And you see Ayana pulling out a couple small like scalpels and stuff like that out of her bag. And then after a few moments goes by, and they pull 2 glowing green orbs that were embedded in skull. Generally where eyes would be. I know it only shows one in the picture, but fuck that picture. There's 2. And Bash tosses one to Norse.
Catch it with my teeth.
And he goes, another monster down. Thank you for the help. Unexpected though it may have been. I'll never say no to assistance.
As I'm cleaning off the zombie guts from getting hit from that, I'm gonna be like, so I'm pretty sure there's no way you would have been able to kill that without us. Just saying.
He looks at you skeptically.
He has like 500 HP.
Maybe he does.
He goes, I'm Bash Flamefist. I'm the greatest monster hunter that's ever walked this planet. I've killed things way harder than this. He pulls a bag out of his pocket and he pours out like a handful of green glowing eyes.
Yo, let me see that Taras cart though.
He's like, oh, that's back at the shop.
Convenient.
So he says, those eyes are really magical. They're great for potion making.
You don't say.
I give the eye to Urkin.
They start
Gleefully shove it in my bag.
and then they start packing up their stuff to leave. He's
Whoa,
like, well,
where are you going?
We're off to the next adventure. There's more monsters to slay. More fun to be had.
Every time we need bonus XP.
Yo, how about the greatest monster, who is Prince Spellfire?
Yeah, how about that red dragon though that guards Prince Bellfire too?
That's mine.
There's time for all of them, my friends. There's time for all of them, but I've got quite a list here to work through, so maybe I'll catch you guys around sometime.
And I look over at Pierre. I'm like, stop him! Don't we? Are you gonna try to convince him to join the resistance? You're Pierre Beauregard.
All right, so you want Pierre to do your work for you?
I'm currently cleaning zombie guts off myself.
I would like you to make some rolls here.
Okay.
I will take Pierre away. I gave him to you. I'll take him away.
I brought him into this world.
I'm gonna piggyback off of what Urkin said then and say, have you not seen the power that Balefire presents? Would that not be the greatest hunt that you've ever had? The hunt to end all hunts?
That's not monster hunting, friend. That's assassination. That's not my business.
Yeah, but in order to get to him, we have to kill that dragon.
I mean, an ancient red dragon. That's definitely on my to-do list. But I got some other things to take care of first. Don't worry. I'll let you know.
How far down is that on the list?
He looks at Ayana and she kind of unrolls a piece of paper. Got like, we'll say a dozen names on it. And then she points at the bottom and then she folds it back up. He's like, well, we'll get to it. All things in time, my friends.
Was I able to actually like read that list when she unfurled it?
You were not. I know your tricks.
I can't read that well, but I can see a mile away. Could I read the?
You can read it and understand everything. You just can't tell
articulate
us what it says.
Articulate it.
Like, fine, I see this one doesn't want to help liberate the greatest city in this country.
Some say man is the most dangerous game.
He goes, Ayana, play me out.
Oh my god.
We're gonna get a hit with the DMCA thing in a minute.
Whatever, we ain't making money on this.
I tried to tell you I'd give you my Amazon Prime money.
And they saunter off. And you hear the music kind of fading into the distance.
Which way did they go?
Back towards the path.
Like, Yeah, but are they like? Can we tell? Are they head? Does it look like they're heading back towards the city or up towards the dwarfs?
It looks like they're heading back towards the city.
Okay.
Bitches.
So
I'm-
about this glowing eye.
Yeah. You got all the information you got out of it.
Is there anything else in this?
You wanna make a roll?
Oh, I do.
Is there anything else in this pile of rubble that is these corpses that we can salvage?
I mean, the zombies didn't have anything.
Okay.
The Titan has like an enormous sword that's too large for any of you to wield. Even Nors, I know you're about to say.
I wasn't
We
about
How
to say
much does
anything.
it weigh?
Wield,
I
maybe
just-
not, but carry.
I'm dragging the
you-
sword.
You could carry it, yeah. I mean, you have a bag of holding, so.
All
No,
right,
like,
it's going in
I
the
would-
bag of holding.
I would like to just drag the sword behind me at all times.
I mean, if
Just
that's
grab
what
it
you
to your
want,
back.
but we can bring it back to TikTok, and he can make something amazing out of it for
No,
you.
no, no. I'm thinking, what more would a pompous noble want than the most superfluous giant sword that they could put in their mansion?
Yeah, I like TikTok making something out of it.
Yeah, one of those is something that Chris gets loot out of. So.
Money will
Alright,
eventually lead to loot.
That's true too.
All right, how much does
Um,
this sword weigh so I can make sure that I am within
It's,
weight limits?
it's 150 pounds.
Oh, gee.
Oh God, I can
You
swing
don't
that.
have the grandfather clock anymore, so you should have plenty of room.
That grandfather clock somehow weighed more than the sword. I don't understand.
It was more dense.
It's more
I mean,
years.
I could just
More
slap
years.
it on my back. It
Also,
doesn't matter.
I
That's
rolled
true.
a 24 to figure
Yeah,
out
you
what
can
the hell
turn
this
into a
eye
horse.
can do.
So you know from your study that Grave Titan eyes are a catalyst for potion making. So if you have one equipped when making a potion, you double the potency of any potion that you make.
Oh, baby
But,
girls.
but you need two in order to use it.
You need the left eye. The right eye halves the potency.
Ah, shit.
So you,
And,
yeah,
and we won't know until we make a potion.
if you have it equipped, then yeah, it doubles the potency. I'll decide what that means for every potion because it may or may not work cleanly.
All right. It's gonna be some
All right,
potion.
so I mean that's what we're gonna call it. Since
That
it's
sounds good.
11:39, I didn't want to stop mid battle, but
Mhm.
That was good timing.
yeah. All right, well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks as always, Will.
Thank you.
I'm closing my 15 YouTube videos that I had open. So yeah, I really wanted to do like a Trigun thing, but then like guns don't exist, so I already had the model. So
I thought it worked really well.
One of the later books actually